siya. Ano? Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to our second session. For this afternoon will be one more of our cultural introduction IYF has prepared for us today. But before that, I would like everyone to please turn on your videos and your cameras. Everyone, can you please turn on your videos and your cameras? Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. And next would be a traditional martial arts that utilizes powerful kicks and punches. It is also the national sports of South Korea, the Taekwondo. And the stage would be a progression of self-defense techniques made contemporary with upbeat moves. Ladies and gentlemen, to start our afternoon, let us watch the Taekwondo.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Yes, thank you so much to all of our cultural performers who are our Lincoln School students. Here in the Philippines, just like what I told you yesterday, we also have the Lincoln School of Arts and Languages, and we are offering language, music, arts, and many more. So if you are interested and if you are curious about this school, later on I'm going to post in our chat box right after this the link of our Lincoln School of Arts and Languages. Now you can see it in our chat box this time. Okay, thank you so much to our technical team. Okay, you know what? Speaking of language, learning a language ideally involves not only memorizing a bunch of new words, but also studying its native country's culture and history. Everyone, this time we are going to dig into the Chinese language. So, without further ado, let us call on Teacher Zoe.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Maganda haben. Aku posi Zoe. I'm Zoe. Welcome to Chinese class. I'm Zoe from China. So today I will teach Chinese for you. And now I will share my screen. Can you see my screen, everyone? Okay, thank you. So today, let's learn Chinese. And I believe that every country there will be many Chinese, right? So maybe you do know how to say hello in Chinese. Anyone knows? Could raise your hand. How do you say? Okay, Jacqueline. Good. 你好. I could say your mouth. 你好. Today, we're going to learn Chinese according to 3 parts. And the first, I will briefly introduce the Chinese. Okay. And second, we will learn how to introduce yourself. And then we'll do something interesting, which is write Chinese. Okay, so let's go on. In China, as you can see here, China is a big country. And as you can see the map, different color, it's different place. And we do have a lot of different kinds of language, over 80 languages. And as you can see the map, different color, there is different places. The people from different places, they are speaking different language. But everyone could speak, usually we speak Mandarin Chinese. And also China is a multi-ethnic, multilingual and multilingual country with 56 nationality and more than 80 languages. And Mandarin Chinese is listed as one of the universal languages. So if you learn Chinese, you could make Chinese friends. Also, you could have business with Chinese people. And now, okay, next we will learn about how to introduce ourselves. So when you meet each other, you say hello, right? 你好, please follow me. 你好. 你好. I believe that here many of you could say, right? You could say 你好. You know that how do you say hello in Chinese? And how to tell our name to our friends, our new friends, which is, cannot hear. My name is pala pala pala. As you can see here, the picture. Do you know who is him? Okay, I can see the face. You're smiling. Yes, he is Jackie Chan. It's a very famous actor in China, also very famous all around the world. He is good at China Kung Fu. And China Kung Fu is also amazing, but I'm sorry I couldn't do it. I hope that next time maybe we have tries. I will invite some of my friends to show to everyone of you here. And his name is Jackie Chan. So we are saying that if he introduces himself, and he will say 我叫 Okay, so pay attention to here, to the letter, the Chinese letter. There is something different. as you can see here, top of the letter, there is tongue, right? So don't worry, you just follow me. What I'm saying, just follow exactly, because that's where it be more easier for you. Just follow me, okay? My name is 我叫 So make sure exactly same as my pronunciation, because different tongues, there will be different Chinese. So just follow me. That's where it'll be easy for you. So let's put it together, okay? Hello, 你好，你好。My name is 我叫 and add your name, okay? My name is Zoe. So I could say 我叫 Zoe. Okay, it's easy for everyone you hear, right? So next, so we tell our friends our name, and next, okay, everyone here, please, let's learn carefully, and later I will invite someone to introduce yourself, okay? Don't be worried, just learn it, it's okay. Okay, now, next, we will talk about where we are from, right? Our nationality. And now, how could I say I'm from? 我来自 So look at the here, the red. 我来自 I'm from. So when you talk to your friends, you want to tell her or he about your country, and so you could say I'm from 我来自 follow me 我来自 Okay, how do you say Philippines? 菲律宾 It's interesting. The pronunciation is similar to English, right? So 菲律宾我来自菲律宾我来自菲律宾 Okay, next, China. How do you say China? 中国我来自中国 Next, Korea. 韩国我来自菲律宾 I'm from Philippines. 我来自中国 I'm from China. 我来自韩国 I'm from the Korea. Did you got it? Okay, great. Okay, nationality we learned, we got it. Next, what's the next? We will share to our friends our occupation, our job, right? So here, as you can see here, 我是 I am, which is 我是 So it's simple. When you introduce yourself, you always use I. So I is 我 Okay, follow me. 我 我来自 It's I'm from. It's 我来自 Okay, lost right here. 我来自 I'm from. And next, 我是 I am. 我是 Okay, here. First, teacher. 老师我是老师 Next, student. 学生 Okay, everyone, you could follow me, okay? So just speak, talk, and you could got it. Okay, 学生 我是学生 I am a student. 医生 it's doctor. 我是医生 Okay, here. 售货员 salesperson 售货员 Okay, here. 售货员我是售货员 I am a salesperson. 我是售货员 Okay, how do you introduce your occupation, your job, which is 我是 I am blah 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 at your occupation. Okay, so let's move on. Last part. Okay, our hobby. So we like to share our hobby to our friends and right. So now, how do you say I like blah blah blah? It's 我 and same thing, right? 我爱我喜欢 here. I like 我喜欢我喜欢 First, play the basketball. 打篮球打篮球打篮球 Next, what's the next? Now look at the picture. It's singing, right? So, same thing. 我喜欢 I like to. 我喜欢 I like. 我喜欢 singing. How do you say singing? Try it. Okay, you spell it. Spell the letter. Okay, great. 唱歌唱歌唱歌 Okay, next, it's dance, right? As you can see here, it's dance. Okay, how do you say dance? 跳舞，跳舞，跳舞。我喜欢跳舞 I like to dance. 我喜欢跳舞。Next, what's the next? It's play the piano. Okay, play the piano. 我喜欢弹钢琴。我喜欢弹钢琴。Okay. Everyone, okay. Please follow me, okay? I can see some of you opened your mouth and some of you didn't. Please enjoy this time, okay? So just open your mouth and you could got it, okay? So I hope that later I could hear from you. Okay, 我喜欢弹钢琴 I like to play piano. Okay, no? Okay, let's review. Okay, so first, say hello. How do you say hello in Chinese? Yeah, great. I could say ME9. J Satigo. Great job. Great job. You're smiling. Okay, next. Okay. My name is, how do you say my name is? Great. I could say here. Great. ME8. Karen. Great. Okay. I could say your mouth, okay? So, 我叫 Zoe, 我叫 Karen. Okay, great. Next. I'm from. How do you say I'm from? Okay, now we review and then later I will hear from you, okay? 我来自菲律宾，菲律宾。Okay, great. And next, our job, our occupation. 我是老师 teacher, 学生 student, doctor, 医生 salesperson, 售货员 okay, hobby last, 我喜欢 okay, Nika great, 我喜欢 okay, Okay, nice. First, 打篮球 play basketball. Second, singing 唱歌. Third, dance 跳舞. Fourth, 弹钢琴. Okay, now anyone want to, if you want to introduce yourself in Chinese, please raise your hands. Okay, only one. Okay, only one choice because we don't have enough time. Please catch this time. Okay, everyone want to try? Raise your hands at the. So anyone could you want to try? Okay, please administrator turn on their microphone. Okay.
你好，喂，你是你
Okay. Who is speaking? Could you focus her camera?
Hello.
Okay.
wait, I'm also
Jacqueline, are you speaking?
okay. Yes,你好，
你好。
你好，我叫 Jacqueline Talasan.
Great. Next.
Can I see them? 我来自菲律宾。
Great. Wonderful. Next.
我是学生，我是上生，
学生。学生。
学生，学生。
Great. Next.
我喜欢跳舞。
Great. Thank you. Very, very good. Okay. Jacqueline, great job. Everyone, big hands for Jacqueline. Thank you. Thank you for your try. And you got everything. So you could talk to Chinese, introduce yourself and make friends with them in Chinese. Great. And now last, we are going to handwriting parts. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, as you can see here, this is Chinese. Do you think it's difficult? Do you think it's difficult? If you think difficult, could you like, okay, give me? Okay, many people here think it's difficult, right? But don't worry. So now let's try it, okay? Maybe most of you didn't write in Chinese before, and now let's try it, okay? So please grab your pen and also a paper, okay? Thank you. Okay, now please administrator, please focus my handwriting. Okay, now here, today we will write 你好, hello. Looks like difficult, but don't worry, we will try. And now here is example. And as you can see here, 你好. Okay, everyone ready? So first, when you write in Chinese, from left to right, from top to low, and from inside to outside. Okay, let's try, okay? So everyone here, first, make, okay, let's do slowly, okay? One by one. For you to see clearly, so I will write big. Next is from left to right, right? Okay, next, sorry here. Okay, next. I'm very looking forward to your handwriting. From top to down, slower. Here is a small point. And last, from left to right, from top to down, and from left to right, and finish. How to write 你, which is you. Okay, so everyone, are you done? Could you show me? Everyone? Anyone? Could you show me? Please. So administrator, please, if you could say anyone share their handwriting, please focus. Okay, I can see Karen. Oh, Karen, good job, Karen. I could see Karen's writing clearly, and it's very cute. And it, here, and E8, pull. Pull, it's also good. Okay, great. Thank you. And next, it's 好, 好, which is good. Okay, try it. Okay, try it. The first will be when I was kids, when Chinese people they are learning how to write Chinese, they write like this because to learn how to write. Must. And done. Okay, we finished. Okay, could you show me your handwriting? Okay, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. You're always on my eyes. Okay. Great. Okay, so Zachary, Liam, and me1. Okay, great. Oh, great. Okay. Your handwriting is same as Chinese. Great. Great. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, here, Karen and Jen Santiago, NE9. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm so happy to see your achievement. Thank you so much. And I'm very happy to learn Chinese with all of you here. I hope I could have tries next time. Also, I'll learn Chinese with you. And thank you, everyone. If you want to learn Chinese with me, you could search Facebook, Hello China. We're having Chinese class every Thursday. So I hope to see you there. And thank you, everyone. Thank you.
这位老师，谢谢，我们在讨论很多。So thank you so much, teacher Zoe, and we really learned a lot of Chinese. So to all of our participants here, if you are interested in learning Chinese, please do search Hi, Hello, or Hi Chinese, and they are teaching every Thursday. Once again, thank you so much, teacher Zoe. Okay, now, in this program, we will be watching the entry of Miss Jean-Marie Constantino during the previously conducted Mind Lecture competition last July. And guess what? She landed third placer. So everyone, let's watch the video up on the screen.
Yes!
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 Hello everyone, I'm Jen Constantino from the Philippines, and today I would like to share the most important vaccine that changed my life. According to study conducted by Prim Papon, founder of Dream Project Philippines, for 7 years, he succeeded interviewing 614 Filipino teenagers of every socioeconomic class across 54 provinces with one basic question for all interviewees. Do you have a dream in life? Shockingly, 7 out of 10 teenagers answered no, meaning 70% of them have no dream. But why? When I was young, I excelled in my class and I was always one of the top students. I thought I was smart until before I reached my second year university life. That was the year where I was exposed to people who were smarter than me. I remember an incident wherein I made a mistake saying a word unresponsible, which is supposed to be irresponsible, and all my classmates laughed. I was really ashamed of myself, and that was the time I started to judge myself as one of the most foolish students in my class. Little by little, I saw my weaknesses and couldn't find any guts to do anything. I started to envy people who are smart and talented, and I also thought that dreams and opportunities come to people with talents, brains, and passion. I was afraid of many things and eventually started saying no to everything. I couldn't do and even try new things with the fear and negative thoughts that I had. My mind and spirit became weaker and weaker. Now that we are facing the pandemic COVID-19, many are becoming weak physically, right? Especially those who are infected by the virus. And because of this, more people are now being vaccinated. But how does vaccine work? When you are vaccinated, you are given a small amount of harmless form of disease. Then your body makes antibodies to fight it off. Then, if you encounter the disease again, your body already has the antibodies, so you don't get sick. You are immune. This means that if the same disease encountered again, your immune system has a memory or has been familiarized with the disease and is ready to quickly destroy it before you get sick and any symptoms can develop. Since the pandemic started, not only our body has weakened, but our mind has become weaker. It's like a virus that entered our mental health. And here in the Philippines, actually, our country has consistently ranked in the top 5 of Global Optimism Index. Yet, the number of suicidal cases has been increasing. And in the onset of the pandemic year 2020, the National Center for Mental Health has recorded a significant increase in the monthly hotline calls from 80 to 400 regarding the depression and possible suicide. And because of this, the Department of Health and the World Health Organization are now jointly raising awareness on the importance of public mental health. But in facing this kind of alarming mental health issue, what do we need to fight against it? Have you ever heard about the Yes Mindset vaccine? Yes Mindset vaccine is the vaccine that builds the immunity and antibody in our heart. After I realized that I was not good enough and not smart enough, the discouragement in my heart became bigger and led me to say no to everything. And this no shot me from the road. However, after meeting a heart doctor, not the cardiologist, but a heart doctor who is my mentor, he gave me tasks and taught me to say yes to them. Thence, yes. Translate, yes. Be an MC, yes. Give lecture, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It was hard, but eventually my heart built its antibodies and immunity against these new challenges and hardships. My heart became familiar with them where stronger antibodies and immunity were developed in my heart. The things which I was afraid of and were not confident enough with are now easier compared with what I thought of. Well, it's easy to say no and avoid consequences. But what if we say, or what if we apply this yes mindset vaccine? Saying yes makes you a better listener, and no stops conversation. But yes allows you to lean in and pay more attention. Saying yes can open you and bring you to new opportunities. Lets you discover that what's in front of you is not a wall, but a door that awaits you to open it. Like what Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. The reason why many youths have no dream? Because they haven't received this yes mindset vaccine. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you can be a great leader once you are vaccinated with this yes mindset, your youth empowerment shot.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Jen Marie Constantino. And to clarify, that's her entry during the Mind Lecture competition last July. And this time, to all of our participants here, yesterday we had our workshop proper during our breakout rooms, right? And you already meet your mind education specialist. Okay, so this time during those moments in our workshop proper, I believe that you learned a lot of things, and it's time for you to share those. So without further ado, may I call on Mr. Jun Uy.
Hello, everybody. Happy afternoon to all of you. Can you hear me? Give me an okay sign if you can hear me, guys. All right. Yes. First, above all, you had your team, sorry, team facilitating team yesterday, and I want you to change your name according to your group. So first, like ME1 dash Deo Uy, like this. All right. The instruction is on the screen. Please follow that. And for those newly entered participants of this mind workshop, you don't have to change it yet because you will be assigned to your respective rooms later in the breakout room. So don't worry, okay? I'm talking about the people who have met their facilitating team yesterday. And I believe that each and every one of you has already have a lot of things in mind, things they want to share, things they can reflect upon. And today we have prepared some groups who can share things to us today. Okay, are you ready to see to meet them and to listen to their voices? Okay, and without further ado, I am again glad to welcome our first 5 groups for today, Tuesday. Let's go for the Mind Education Lecture team led by Mr. Enrico Aquino. Please welcome Mr. Zedric Dayaday to share his reflection about their discussion yesterday. So let's highlight Mr. Zedric. Is Mr. Cedric available?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zedric Ideyaday, and I am from ME1. Oh, good afternoon. Our discussion yesterday is about the wounds of the heart. My insight for the wounds of the heart is that it's more vulnerable to pain than of physical injuries. Why? Because physical injuries can be treated with external uses than the wounds of the heart, where it solely relies to the mental health of the individual. In strengthening one's heart, one fundamental that I can share about is leaving your comfort zone. A story that I can relate from this is a frog in a well. The little frog only knew that his mother is the biggest in the world. But as he looked above, an enormous silhouette came by. It was a carabao. And then another passed by. It was a big plane. The more things passed by the well, the more things the frog was mistaken. Because of this, the frog went out to explore the world from living his whole life in a well. At first, leaving your comfort zone will be overwhelming. But as you keep going, you'll enjoy learning of what you discover. This is what I understood. Treating and training a weak heart that avoids problems to becoming a strong heart that overcomes them.
That was absolutely fantastic, and who would see that you, from being a simple student, from having an ordinary mind, because of your daily lives, you can realize these things through our mind lecture. And now let us welcome the representative from the Mind Education Lecture Group number 2, being led by Sir Ian Camilon. Let's welcome Miss Cindy Yuan. Miss Cindy.
So, maayad haaldaw ta inyo alan, or good day to each and every one of you. I am Cindy Napaya from Bukidnon State University, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon, and I am representing the ME2, or the Mind Education Group 2. So yesterday's session was very reflective and fun. So during the Tomorrow's Cafe, I realized the power and greatness of love. Love gives faith and bravery to trust someone, especially in times of hardship. Because we do all believe that love is very unconditional. It is very universal that will help us and hone us and to change, to become a better one. So aside from knowing what gives us the root of strength, we did also tackle about the wounds of the heart. And as what I've understand, the problem of our heart is equal to the wounds and diseases of our heart. So for us to enable to resolve this kind of problem, we must know the very fundamental causes for us to resolve that problem. Given yesterday the fundamental causes like depression or having a family problem and all. So for me, for my own experience, when I feel very stressed, because of overload schoolworks, having many extracurricular activities, or having a family problem, I always dig up for a solution. I am digging a solution, showing I'm not giving up. You are digging a solution for you to enable to resolve your problem, because digging a resolution is a way of showing us how courageous we are to patch things up and bring a bandage to our wounded heart. That would be all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Yuan. You know what? As I listened to her, she mentioned about this, the power of greatness of love and faith. And according to the scriptures, faith, of course, is powerful, but love is above all. So if we have this greatness of love in us, we can overcome any fear inside us. That's what I want to add. And for the third team, being led by Ma'am Phoebe from Mind Education Lecture Group number 3, let's welcome Miss Christy Marie C.
Okay, maayong hapon ka natong tanan. I am Christy Marisi and I'm from Mind Education number 3. So, our topic yesterday was about creating a mind lecture plan. So, we tried to make a simple mind lecture plan from it. So, excuse me, okay, thank you. So, our topic was about the wounds of the heart rather. So, first, the guide question is that what is the disease of the heart? That's our question that we made. So, there are 2 classifications. So, in figurative, it is the disease of the heart, but in literal, it's heart disease. So a disease occurs when a part of our body is not functioning effectively. A heart disease may be caused by words and actions causing us heartache. So that are the 2 classifications. So the disease of the body. So here I will differentiate the disease of the body and the disease of the heart. So the disease of the body or heart disease is a condition that affects your heart and needs surgery. So while the disease of the heart is also a condition where most of us are experiencing. So sometimes we are experiencing the disease of the heart. So most of us, sometimes we're weak, sometimes we're strong. So let us just fight, okay? So next, the cause of the disease of the heart. So there are 3 causes. First, the fundamental cause, wounds of the heart, and wounds within the heart. So the fundamental cause, this type of cause is the person avoid the problems instead of facing it. Wounds in the heart are words that hurts you, so that that wounds your heart. So the words, like example, you are being bullied by your classmates. So that's the example of wounds of the heart. So wounds within the heart is like betrayal. You are betrayed by your friend. So it's within the heart. The betrayal is within your heart. So number 2, improper mindset. So improper mindset, how is improper mindset related to the wounds of the heart? So improper mindset is avoiding difficulties instead of facing them. This mindset can cause a heavy burden to your heart that results in wounds. It could also affect your personality and your relationship with other people. So this part, yung isip mo ay hindi maka think ng kanang hindi na siya proper na pag iisip mo yung mali, yung sa tingin yung mali ay sa tingin mong tama. So parang yung ginawa mong lahat na mali ay yung sa sarili mo, sa tingin mo ito ay tama. So number 3, communication. So this part I will focus on the positive one, the positive side. So good communication with other people is the best way of healing a wounded heart. You should be surrounded by people who think only the best for you and not what is not good for you. Healing a wounded heart may be difficult, but it just needs time and it will heal. So if you have a problem, so you should communicate with your friend so that the pain in your heart can be relieved. Oh, that's the best way, or praying. Okay, so the main subject. So I will differentiate here a strong heart and a weak heart. So a strong heart is very advantageous compared to a weak heart. So a weak heart easily gets hurt, no trust about the things that he or she is capable of, and always avoiding all the problems. So a strong heart overcomes the challenges easily, very confident and competitive, and not afraid of taking every challenge. Number 2, it's significant to overcome the disease of our heart, even though it's a bit tricky, considering the fact that there are a lot of people that ended up taking their own life because they don't know how to communicate with others. The first step to overcome the disease of the heart is to start praying, because the Lord said, "Come to me, all of you who are tired, and I will give you rest." So the second step is to take a break from everything that makes our heart aches. Lastly, we need to know how to communicate with others that will help us forget that we have a disease of our heart. Okay? So some of us, we have an isolated heart because of some reasons. Know that we are afraid to trust others. So that's an isolated heart. Sometimes we're isolated. Kung tatawagin natin sa Tagalog, ito ay pusong bato. Parang manhid ka na sa lahat ng bagay. Ayaw mo nang magtiwala. Parang ganun. So our conclusion. So there are 4 conclusions that we have drawn from our mind lecture. So first, wounds of the heart has positive and negative outcome depending on how we perceive it. So second, people with weak heart experience depression and so much pressure. So ito dahil siguro sa sinasabi ng iba, so na-depress, na-pressure dahil sa sobrang pagmalaki, parang ganun. So number 3, people with strong heart learns how to overcome being wounded and discover the value of communication and connection to others. So a strong heart, makakapag-communicate sa iba, makakapag-share ng feelings niya, yung ano yung nararamdaman niyang sakit para mais yung pain at hindi niyong makaisip ng masamang bagay. Parang ganun. Kasi ngayon, tumataas na yung kaso. So, we should have a strong heart. Lalo na ngayon dahil pandemic. So last, the most effective way to overcome the wounds of the heart is to entrust all our burdens in the hands of God. Overall, si God lang ang nakakaalam ng lahat ng ating mga problema. That's all po. Thank you.
Thank you so much po. And now let's go to group number 4. Being led by Sir Eric Gan. Let's welcome Ms. Crisia Cantones.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Crisia May Ann Cantones from Mind Education 4. So here's a recap for what we discussed yesterday. We have our main objective, which is how to fix the wrong mind into a right mindset and to have change in our lives. That's a question that we chose because mental issues are redundant nowadays. So we have our sub objectives, which are number 1, how do people end up to have mental illness? We have 2 key points for that, which is adapt the principle of growth mindset. The next one is practice deep thinking skill in order for us to have a strong heart. Why do we need to have a strong heart? Of course, to win over our silent battles and to make that pain our striving point to move forward. Number 2 is how does the society perceive mental health issues? So there's this stigma going around that is actually pointing out to our depression, anxiety, being bullied. So people see it as a joke. It is our invisible enemy. Break the stigma in mental health issues by providing suitable solution. Go with the trend, uso-uso, sad girl, sad boy, sign that certain individual needs help. So we have came into 4 solutions, which are it needs attention, like dead serious attention. It needs someone to be with that person. People with the wrong mindset should be focused on, and when is it okay to not be okay? How do they unchain themselves? So that's it. Thank you.
Wow. Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. And we expect that in your mind lectures, guys, all of you will be competitive enough to break down what you have in mind and to enlighten the world around you. Okay. And so for the last team, let's welcome the team number 5, Mind Education Lecture number 5, being led by Ma'am Joy Aquino. Let's welcome Mr. Joshua Ibo.
Hello everyone. Before I will introduce myself, I am Joshua P. Ibo, and I am a student from the University of Southeastern Philippines, Davao City, and I am a member of Team E5. And I learned from the wounds of the heart and social issues that there are lots of things why our hearts getting wounded, maybe in our physical or emotional heart or emotional wound. So suicide and depression were mentioned yesterday, and it is very common in the Philippines, and it's very alarming, and it's not a good thing to hear. As a future leader, dealing with the social issues needs to address properly, and my education is on track on it. Preparing our minds to accept the things that we must accept, that we made mistakes, that we feel sad, and not always on our favor. The reason why we easily get hurt and wound in our heart is because of the improper mind that avoids difficulty and burden. As a leader, when we are wounded by the heart, we cannot function well. We feel frustrated and unproductive. Surrendering and submitting to God is the best way to get our heart healed. And being a leader and being a student or even being a worker is not easy. We need to deal with different struggles ahead. We face different stigmas in life. You will encounter different points of views from different people. Your perspective is different from others. And many things to consider and many things to reconsider as well. I've learned that believing and having faith to someone is essential to our mental health. We should have empathy for each other. I found the relevance of having faith and believing to someone that they have something to share and their opinion matters and is valid. Let's not invalidate their opinions and emotions. Just like what Tony Gonzaga Soriano said, talking gives wisdom, but listening acquires learning or knowledge. That would be all. Thank you.
All right. Well, you can see the skills of these students that they are able to apply from school to mind lecture and to making this productive presentation this coming Thursday. And I'd like to give the stage to anyone among you. If you have any other question you'd like to answer at this moment, we're going to give you the stage and we'll be ready to answer that. Anybody? All right. And for reflection of one of our facilitators, I would like to ask the question, what is your reflection as a facilitator yesterday as you meet your team members and start the teaching and guiding them, pulling them out of their comfort zone and creating this
Marami ng mga tao aware.
creating this mind, okay, to form a productive lecture to be presented this coming Thursday. Let's welcome Mr. Eric Gunn. Let's highlight him.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So actually, I am the teacher under Mind Education 4. So with regards to the insights and enlightenment that I received towards teaching my members, actually, it's a great opportunity. And at the same time, I can see the different perspective on how they cope up and how they give their insight with regards to the topic that they've heard. And as for my team, actually, they are really active and giving lots of ideas. So that's why we do have a colorful outline. But then again, through those kind of ideas, also we can come up with the best mind education that we can present to you guys, and based upon those kind of contents that we are receiving every now and then that we have this kind of lecture. So to my to my members also, actually, they are really giving us these fruitful ideas on those which are being how do I say this napapanahon. So since most of my participants are the youngsters of this generation, so we can get a fresh ideas out of them that they can actually experience, because the best idea that we can have is the things that we are experiencing right now. And the only thing or the only person that who can solve or answer those kind of things is us by ourselves, because we are the one who experienced this. So one way for us to actually cope up with the current issues that we are having while creating the mind education is through their experiences, and at the same time their perspective on how they're going to cope up or mitigate, if not solve, certain issues that we are going to present to you in our mind education. And with that, I'm very thankful and honored that I'm one of the teacher of this Tomorrow Global Leaders Camp, because I can get a variety of fresh ideas nowadays that if me myself, maybe there's no such things that those kind of ideas will be into me. But because of them, they contributed a lot to me, and at the same time, I can guide them also on how they're going to materialize those kind of ideas that they want to share to our fellow participants in this Tomorrow Global Leaders Camp. So that will be all, and thank you.
All right. So, and there's more, right? But you have to stay tuned until the end of this program today. And I would like to return the mic back to the MC.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Jun Uy, and of course, to all of our participants who shared their insights during our Mind Education workshop yesterday. I believe that you are going to learn a lot of things during our 4-day Tomorrow Global Leaders Camp. And yesterday, as we listened to the president of International Mind Education Institute, what he told us in his last speech is that he promised us to teach us to know what is the most fundamental cause in order for us to resolve all of the problems, heartaches that we are going to encounter in our life. So without further ado, let us all call on Reverend Kim Jae-hong, the president of International Mind Education Institute, for the second Mind Lecture Series.
Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Director Kim Jae-hong ng International Mind Education Institute. Ngayong araw, nais ko pong magsalita tungkol sa self-development. Sa kasalukuyan, ang mind education subject ay itinuturo namin sa isang university. Tungkol sa aspetong ito, gusto kong talakayin ito mas realistic, yung totoong makakatulong sa buhay ninyo, yung mas makatotohanan na mga halimbawa na pwede nating ma-apply sa buhay natin mismo. Mas detalyado, gusto ko pong ikwento ito sa inyo. Una, ang definition ng self-improvement, self-development. Ano po bang ibig sabihin nito? Ito, meron tayong tinatagong mga galing, talento o ideolohiya. Ito ay kailangan natin gisingin sa pamagitan ng self-development. Kung makita natin ang pagkakaiba ng mga taong hindi nagsiself-develop, ito ay dumidepende kung marunong ba silang mag-catch ng opportunity o hindi. Nakikita natin sa oras ng oportunidad kung kaya ba nila itong kunin o namimiss na lang ba nila ito. Nowadays, maraming mga libro ang tumatalakay tungkol sa self-development, di po ba? Mga 25 years ago, naalala ko, mga 25 years ago, kasama ng mga kabataang Amerikano at kabataang mga Koreano, nagkaroon sila ng pagkahalubilo sa isa't isa. And then, nagsimula kami ng Korea-US Youth Camp. Noong panahon na yun, ang mga kabataan sa Korea ay hindi nagtataglay ng ganong karaming problema. Ngunit ang mga kabataang Amerikano ay nahirapan sa maraming mga problema tulad ng droga at iba't ibang mga youth problem na hindi nag-exist sa Korea ay dinadanas nila. Siyempre, sa kasalukuyan, ngayon, ang youth problems na sa Korea, social problem ay lumalala na rin. Especially sa pagkabata nila. Habang kabataan ka pa, ikaw ba ay nagsiself-develop o hindi? At paano mo ba dinedevelop ang sarili mo? Nakadepende dito, magbabago ang buhay natin ng malaki. Kaya ngayong araw, ang topic po natin ay self-development. Ngayon, ang pinaka-representing example ng self-development ay nung panahon ng Renaissance period. Siguradong kilala nyo si Leonardo da Vinci. Siya ay isang genius na painter, and then inventor, sculptor, doctor, sa lahat ng mga aspeto, siya ay isang henyo na talentado siya sa lahat ng mga bagay. Isa sa mga symbolic piece niya. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Director Kim Jae-hong ng International Mind Education Institute. Ang katangian ng Mona Lisa ay isang babaeng walang kilay. Kaya kung makita ng taong galit, nagmumukha daw siyang galit. At pagka tinitingnan naman daw ito ng isang taong maligaya, nagmumukha daw ngumingiti si Mona Lisa. At sa Korea din, merong sikat na Mona Lisa, di ba? Meron ding, ang tissue sa Korea, merong brand na Mona Lisa. May nagsabi, sa France, meron daw nagreklamo, Bakit ang napakasikat na pangalang Mona Lisa ay ipinangalan ninyo sa bathroom tissue ninyo? Ewan ko kung totoo ba yung sinabi nila. But anyway, kung talagang pumunta kayo sa museum at makita ninyo ang Mona Lisa, siguro bihira lang sa inyo ang nakakita mismo ng Mona Lisa, di ba? Ako po, nakita ko po mismo sa museum yung Mona Lisa. And then, kumpara sa ibang mga painting, hindi ganun kalaki ang Mona Lisa. Kasi yung ibang mga painting, sobrang laki, ilang metro siya, tapos buong pader yung ino-occupy niya. Pero yung Mona Lisa ay nakasabit lang sa maliit na frame. Ganito kung pumunta kayo sa museum, sa sobrang dami ng mga taong nagsisidagsaan, halos mahirapan kang makipag-picture doon. Ibang mga picture, walang masyadong mga tao, pero especially dito sa harapan ng Mona Lisa, maraming mga tao ang nagtitipon. Pero kami, kung makita ninyo ang litratong ito, kaming mag-asawa, ay napapansin niyo po ba na walang tao sa paligid? At sa likod, ito po ang original na Mona Lisa. And then, na-solo namin ito. Pag pumunta kayo sa Museum Louvre sa France at gusto ninyo mag-picture, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip. Paano ba makakuha ng picture ng ganito kawalang tao? So, totoo kanina, di ba, nakikita ninyo, sobrang daming mga tao. Siyempre, nung pumunta din kami, marami pong mga tao din doon. Pero, pagka pinalitan nyo konti yung angulo, tapos tumabi kayo konti, makakakuha kayo ng ganito kaganda angulo. Sa totoo, lahat ng mga tao gusto lang nila yung front view. Pero pagka lumihis kayo konti, tapos mag-picture kayo diagonally, magmumukhang walang tao. Sa totoo, sa tabi namin, sobrang dami mga tao niyan. Pero mukhang, di ba? Especially para sa amin lang kinuha ang picture na ito. Mukhang nasolo namin. Kaya dalhin nyo ang maliit na tip na ito at pwede kayo makakuha ng solo picture kasama ng Mona Lisa. Di ba nakita ninyo yung bilog na parang may balcony? Kaya pagka tumabi kayo, makakapicture kayo kasama ng Mona Lisa sa background ninyo. Kaya kung magkaroon kayo ng pagkakataon na magpicture sa Mona Lisa, ganito ang tip. Tingnan ninyo, di ba? Pagka hiwalay namin konti, makita ninyo na marami na namang tao. Kaya sana makuha ninyo opportunity. Hindi lang yun, meron din sikat na painting na pinamagatang Last Supper, di ba? Pero nung panahon na yun, hindi lang si Leonardo da Vinci, kundi marami ring mga henyong pintor na meron isang nangangalang Raffaello, si Leonardo da Vinci at si Michelangelo at si Raffaello, sila ang mga henyong pintor sa panahon ng Renaissance. Makikita ninyo sa picture, sa painting niya, merong tinatawag na School of Athens. Siguro isipin niyo, siguro maraming tao, tapos makita ninyo na, pero kung sa totoo, kung pansinin ninyo mabuti ang picture na ito, marami kayong kilala dito. Nandito si Aristotle, nandito si Plato, tapos nandito rin si Socrates. Nakita nyo dito si Socrates, di ba? Ang sipag na may ina-explain siya sa mga tao. At ang sumasakit sa ulo ninyo, ang Pythagorean theorem, di ba? Ay inimbento naman ni Pythagoras. Nandito rin si Pythagoras. Nakita nyo ngayon si Pythagoras ay nag-explain sa mga tao tungkol sa math. Sa loob ng painting na ito, nandito rin yung portrait ni Raffaello. Diba? Hindi nyo makikita sa isang tingin, pero sa pinakalikod, makikita natin na tinago niya yung mukha niya sa likod. Hindi lang ito, kundi meron din Disputa de Sacra Muto. Tapos, meron pang isa pa. Si Michelangelo, siya naman ay isang sculptor at painter, and then architect, and then poet na nagre-represent sa Italy. At ang kanyang pinaka-representing piece ay ang wall painting ang ceiling painting ng Sistine Chapel, di ba? Alam nyo ba na kailangan nyo pang magpa-appointment para lang makita ang painting na ito? Dahil sa sobrang dami mga tao nagsisidagsaan para lang makita ito. Kasi sinasabi nila na pagka dumadami ang mga tao, dahil sa carbon dioxide na binubuga natin, ang painting na ito ay nasisira daw. Kaya pati ang bilang ng tao ay linilimit nila. Kaya kung gusto niyo pumunta dito, kailangan niyo pong mag-set ng appointment. Tapos alam niyo naman sa mga promotion, sa mga advertisement, di ba, ito the creation na drawing din ni Michelangelo. Ngayon, sa panahon ng Renaissance, bakit kaya nagkaroon ng ganitong mga henyong mga pintor at sa iba't ibang mga aspeto, bumulaklak ang mga art? Bakit ba? Dahil nagkaroon sila ng shift of thought. Pinago nila ang isip nila. Siguro pag sinasabing self-development, iniisip ninyo na masakit ito sa ulo at kinakailangan natin magtaglay ng iba't ibang mga talento at galing, pero hindi. Ngayon, gusto kong ituro sa inyo ang isang self-development na kayang-kaya ninyong gawin. Napakadali lang. Ano po ba ito? Ang shift of thought, pagpapalit ng kaisipan. Pagkatapos bumagsak ng Roman Empire noong 5th century, nagsimula ang medieval period. At simula noon hanggang sa Renaissance period, tinatawag itong mga barbaric period. Ang mga tao ay walang interes sa kultura o sa agham o sa arts. Kaya nung panahon ng Renaissance, sa pamagitan ng sa architecture, sa arts, sa iba't ibang mga aspeto, sa Renaissance muling namulaklak ang mga aspetong ito. Kung ganon, tulad ng mga iba't ibang mga tao na ating pinag-usapan kanina, si Michelangelo, si Leonardo da Vinci, si Raffaello, paano kaya sila nag-exist sa isang parehong panahon, sa isang parehong lugar? Ito ay dahil sa shift of thought. Pagbabago lang sa isang kaisipan at sa aspetong ito tungkol sa pagpapalit ng isip, pagbabago ng isip. Hindi po ito kinakailangan ng maraming enerhiya o maraming pawis o maraming oras. Sa aspetong ito, sa pagkakataong ito, kung makinig lang kayo ng mabuti sa aking lecture, kung ganun magagawa nyo pong palitan agad ang kaisipan ninyo at ito ay magiging malaking tulong sa inyong buhay. Kaya sana sumunod po kayo mabuti sa sinasabi ko. Ayon kay Michelangelo, ang sculpture, ito ang definition niya. Ito ang pagtanggal sa walang kwentang parte. Merong isang piece si Michelangelo na nangangalang Pieta. Nung panahon na yon, ang mga sculptor ay gumagamit ng matitigas na bato para marble, diba? Para umukit. Pero kung makita ninyo yung Pieta na ito, yung daloy ng damit at yung balat ng tao ay parang gumamit lang siya ng sabon sa sobrang smooth nito. Pero ang sabi ni Michelangelo, ang sculpture ay hindi kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin at ibusang buong puso at isip para ukitin to. Hindi ganun. Pero sinabi niya, ang sculpture ay pagtanggal ng walang kwentang mga parte. Di ba nga meron ganitong kwento? Isang araw, habang si Michelangelo ay umuukit ng bato, merong isang batang dumaan tapos tinanong sa kanya, "Mama, anong ginagawa ninyo?" Sabi ni Michelangelo, "Ay, may nakakulong kasing anghel dito sa loob ng bato. Kaya gusto ko siyang pakawalan, palayain." Diba, sa mata ng mga tao, mukha lang itong bato. Pero sa mata naman ni Michelangelo, merong anghel sa loob at pagka tinanggal lang yung mga walang kwentang parte, ay makakalaya ang anghel na ito. Kaya, ang naukit niya noon ay tinatawag na yung statwa ni David. Itong statwa ni David sa unang pagtingin ay nagmukha lang isang bato. 'Di ba? Bago ito ukitin, siguro may nakita lang silang mahabang bato, malaking bato. At sinasabi ng mga tao na maganda ang marble na ito pero sayang wala tayong idea kung ano ang pwedeng gawin. Pero si Michelangelo habang dumadaan siya, nakita niya ang batong ito at napansin niya ang anghel na nakatago sa loob daw ng marble na ito, kaya naukit niya ang David. Kaya ano ba ang self-development? Ito ang pag-ukit ng puso natin, pag-sculpt ng buhay natin. Di ba sabi ni Michelangelo, ang sculpture ay pagtanggal ng mga walang kwentang bagay sa bato. Ganun din sa buhay ko rin. Para i-sculpt ko ang buhay ko, hindi ko kailangan magdagdag ng iba't ibang mga bagay, kundi kailangan kong tanggalin ang mga walang kwentang parte sa buhay ko. Kung gano'n, maaari ako mabuhay ng maganda at maayos na buhay. Akala ng mga tao kailangan nilang magdagdag, magdikit para i-develop ang sarili nila, pero sa totoo hindi po ganon. Ngayong araw, sa ibang direksyon konti, paano ba magbago ng isip? Hindi natin kailangang mag-import ng bagong bagay o mag-acquire ng bagong bagay, kundi ito ay pagtanggal ng mga walang kwentang bagay. Kung ganoon, ang self-development ay kayang gawin ng kahit sino man. Ito ay napaka-importanteng parte. Kaya alalahanin nyo po ang sculpture na ito ang sculpture pala ay pagtanggal ng mga walang kwentang bagay. Ganon din ang self-development. Ito ay tila pag-ukit sa buhay ko, na hindi ito pagdadagdag sa akin, kundi pagtanggal ng mga walang kwentang bagay. Paano ba natin pupukpukin ng bato? Depende. Dito, ang peace ay nagiging maganda o hindi. Ganon din ang buhay din natin. Depende kung paano natin tatanggalin ang mga walang kwentang bagay, ang quality ng buhay natin ay magbabago. Kung makita ninyo ang origin ng dynamite, ito ay na-discover ng taong nangalang Nobel. Pero nagkataon lang, accidentally lang. Alam niyo ba anong panahon na ito? Bago matagpuan ang dynamite, merong tinatawag na nitroglycerin na isang malakas na explosive. At ito ay sinestore nila ng mabuti sa loob ng glass. Pero pagka nabigyan lang ng konting pressure o kaya shock, ito ay pumuputok agad. Kaya isang araw, yung nitroglycerin na nasa pantalon ni Nobel ay nahulog pero hindi ito pumutok. Bakit? Kasi yung Kyoto na merong isang buhangin, inabsorb niya ang nitroglycerin kaya hindi ito pumutok. Kaya nalaman niya, alam niyo ba ang diatomaceous earth, diatomite, okay? Diatomite ay humalo sa nitroglycerin kaya hindi ito pumutok. Ano ba ang diatomite? Sa madaling salita, ito po isang buhangin. Okay? Ang diatomite ay walang kwenta lang na buhangin. Pero sa pamagitan ng pagsipsip niya ng nitroglycerin, ito ay nagiging napakalakas na dynamite. Kaya depende kung ano bang kaisipan ang taglay ninyo, kung ano bang mind ang taglay ninyo. Ako po habang nagmamanage ng International Mind Education Institute sa buong mundo, napakaraming mga gobyerno at napakaraming mga kabataan para magbigay ng mind education. Ako po ay pumunta sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. At higit sa anumang panahon, ang pinakang kinakailangan natin ay ang pagtuturo sa mga kabataan. At ang pinakasentro ng edukasyon para sa mga kabataan ay ang mind education. Kung gano'n, ano bang mind ang sisipsipin ninyo? Ay, ako wala naman akong skill, wala naman akong talent, hindi naman ako matalino, hindi naman kami mayaman, wala naman kami pera. Ano magagawa ko? Tulad ng diatomite na ito, kahit kayo ay isang buhangin lamang at walang halaga, ngunit pagka nasipsip ninyo ang nitroglycerin, kayo ay maging isang napakalakas na dynamite. Kayo ay wala naman kakalingan, wala namang special na katangian. Pero depende, ano bang mind ang tataglayin ninyo? Depende kung ano man ang kaisipan na nasa inyo. Ano bang mind ang sisipsipin ninyo? Ang buhay ninyo ay sobrang magpapago. At yun po ang nais kong ipaliwanag sa inyo isa-isa. Pag-usapan naman natin ang diamond. Sa Africa, narinig niyo na po ba ang bansang Namibia? Ang Namibia ay nagpo-produce ng maraming diamond. Merong isang Koreanong merchant na nagbebenta ng diamond. Pagka nalaman kasi ng mga Koreano ang katotohanan ito, baka magkaroon ng maraming competition. Kaya sinabi niya, diamond, hindi po kumikita dito sa diamond. Pero later on, merong isang lalaki na nag-volunteer sa Namibia, may naramdaman siya. Diba, habang nagbebenta siya ng diamond, ang pinakakailangan niya ay trabahador. Kailangan niya ng trabahador. Bakit? Kasi dala ng diamond na ito, kailangan niyang pumunta sa Korea at magbenta kasi hindi naman siya yung pwede pabalik-balik palagi, di ba? Kailangan niya ng isang tao mapagkakatiwalaan. Pero pagka dinadala yung diamond, pinapabenta niya, tumatakas na lang daw sila. Dala ng diamond. Kaya, nangarap sa magkaroon ng isang tao na pwedeng magtrabaho para sa kanya. Pero may na-meet siyang isang volunteer worker sa Namibia. Kasi sinabi niya, alam mo, kumikita, malaki ang kita ng diamond. Alam mo kung gaano kalaki yung kita? 100 times yung kinikita kaysa sa kapital. Kaya wala siyang mapaubayaan ng trabaho. Kaya sinabi niya sa binata ito nag-volunteer, kung wala kang mahanap ng trabaho, gusto mo bang tumulong sa akin dito? Yun ay binanggit niya sa kanya. Pag-usapan po natin ang diamond. Meron pong natural diamond at meron artificial diamond. Pati ang natural diamond, ang halaga nito ay depende kung paano ba ito mapaprocess, magbabago ang kanyang halaga. Sa katotohanan, ang mga Aprikano, sila ay humuhukay ng original diamond. Pero dahil wala silang skill para i-process ito, binibenta na lang ito ng mura. Araw, kailangan niya dala ng cash palagi sa bulsa niya. Bakit? Kasi yung mga Aprikano daw, humuhukay daw sila ng diamond tapos nagbebenta. At kailangan ibigay agad yung cash sa kanila. Kasi pag sinabi niya, bukas na lang, next time na lang, kung gano'n, hindi niya makukuha yung magandang diamond. Kaya, mula sa local, pag binigyan niya ng $1,000, siyempre, sobrang laki ng $1,000, di ba? Kasi isang araw, $1 lang yung kita niya, tapos $100. Sobrang laki. Kaya pagka binigyan niya $1,000, tapos pinrocess niya ito, 100 times. $1,000 magiging $100,000 yung halaga ng binili niya. Di ba? Depende kung paano mo ito ipoprocess. Sobrang laki ang magiging halaga nito. Di ba? Hindi ito pagdadagdag ng bagong mga bagay, kundi kayo ay parang mga original diamond stone. Diba? Para kayong gemstone ng diamond na depende kung paano ba ito puputulin, depende kung paano ba ito ipoprocess, paano ba ito hahatiin, ang halaga ninyo ay magbabago. Kayo rin, nasa loob nyo na, nakapaloob na ang napakahalagang mga bagay. Ngunit dahil ito hindi nyo dinadevelop, hindi nyo pinapalitan, hindi nyo pinapakinis, kahit kaya ninyo maging 100 times mas mahal tulad ng diamond na ito. Kaya kami sa pamagitan ng Mind Education, ang buhay ninyo, ang halaga ng buhay ninyo ay magagawa namin palakihin ng 100 times more. Kaya ang edukasyon na ito ay tinatanggap ng maraming mga bansa, especially mga iba't ibang mga gobyerno. Kaya kayo po, para paakyatin ang halaga ng buhay tulad ng gemstone na diamond, ordinaryong buhay lang dati. Ngunit anong mind ba ang tataglayin ko? Depende po dito, ang halaga ng buhay natin ay maaaring umangat. At isa pa, meron din pong artificial diamond. Meron isang kumpanya nakaimbento nito. Sa umpisa, secretly, siya ay nakaimbento ng artificial diamond. Ang kauna-una ang artificial diamond, nang ito ay na-imbento nila, ano ba ang ginamit nila para gumawa ng diamond? Ang sabi nila, alam niyo po ba, yung methane gas, na naamoy natin sa mga imburnal, sa mga kanal, yung methane gas ay kinompress nila sa mataas, high pressure, high temperature. Kahit mukhang walang kwento lang ito, di ba? Pero mula doon daw nagmumula ang diamond. Ganon din ang sapphire. Recently, di ba, ang smartphone ay sumisikat sa buong mundo. Kaya ang artificial sapphire ay ginagamit din sa maraming parte ng buhay natin. Meron po ba sa inyo gumagamit ng iPhone? Alam niyo po ba ang tumatakip sa camera ng iPhone ay gawa sa sapphire? Siyempre, sa Galaxy din may mga model na gumagamit ng sapphire. Pero dati, plastic yung ginagamit nila. Kaya pagkat matagal konti ang paggamit, nagkakaroon ng scratch agad yung camera, kaya bumababa ang kalidad. Pero bakit ba ang iPhone camera ay palagi malinaw palagi? Kasi yung tumatakip ng lens sa camera niya sa likod ay gawa sa artificial sapphire. Paano po ba gumawa ng artificial sapphire kung ganoon? Ang pinakamalakas, matibay kasi na substance sa buong mundo ay ang diamond. Tapos ang pangalawa naman ay sapphire. Kaya 'di ba sa mga mamahaling mga relo, hindi sila gumagamit ng mga salamin kundi sapphire para sa pangtakip nito. Ganon din sa smartphone. Paano ba sila gumagawa ng sapphire? Ang oxidized aluminum ay tinutunaw nila sa 2,000 degrees. At pagka ito daw ay palamigin konti-konti, ito daw ay naging sapphire. Ano ba ang oxidized aluminum? Oxidized, ibig sabihin ano ibig sabihin ng oxidized? Ibig sabihin kinalawang na aluminum. Ito ay tinutunaw nila sa 2,200 degrees. Tapos, konti-konti nila itong pinapalamig. Gano'ng katagal? 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, gano'n nila sa dahan-dahan pinapalamig para ito. At ito daw ay naging sapphire. Ano ba ang oxidized aluminum? Halimbawa sa ating self-development ay ang tungkol sa ibon na kite. Diba? Merong ibon na tinatawag na kite. Kung makita ninyo ang parable of the kite, ang kite ay nabubuhay ng mga 70 years. Siyempre, hindi naman lahat ng kite ay nabubuhay hanggang 70 years. Pero pagkatapos na mabuhay ng mga 40 years, kung hindi siya mag-undergo ng masakit na transformation, mamamatay na lang siya bilang 40 years old. Pero kung gusto niya mabuhay pa ng another 30 years, kailangan niyang gumawa ng isang malaking desisyon. After 40 years kasi, pati yung beak niya, yung tuka niya ay nagiging manhid at naging mapurol, pati yung kanyang mga kuko sa paa ay naging mapurol. Kaya magde-decide ang kite na ito. Tahimik ko bang tatanggapin ang kamatayan o dadaigin ko ang mga sakit na ito at saka magbabago. Kaya alam nyo kung anong ginagawa nila? Yung mapurol nilang tuka ay hinahampas nila, tinutukan nila sa bato para mabali ito. Pati yung mga kuko nila sa paa, lahat ay kinakaskas nila sa bato para mabali lahat. Para ito ay matubuan ng bagong mga kuko at beak. Tingnan po natin ang video na ito. Ang desisyon ng kite. Ang kite ay nabubuhay hanggang 70 to 80 years old. Ngunit, para mabuhay ng ganito katagal ang kite, kailangan niya mag-undergo ng isang mahirap na proseso. Pagka nabubuhay kasi ng mga 40 years ang kite, ang kanyang tuka ay nabebend at magiging mapurol. Tapos ang kanyang pakpak din ay nagiging makapal na at mabigat. Kung ganoon, kailangan na pumili ng kahit ng importante desisyon. Mamamatay ka na lang bang ganitong dahan-dahan o mag-undergo ka ba ng masakit na proseso para mabuhay ng bagong buhay? Kaya ang kahit na pumili ng pagbabago ay lilipat sa bato at saka sisimulan niyang tukain ng malakas ang bato hanggang sa ang kanyang tuka na mapurol na ay mabali. At saka mula doon, lilitaw ang napakakinis at matulis na bagong tuka. Pagkatapos noon, gamit nito, huhugutin niya yung mga kuko niya sa paa isa-isa. Dahil ito rin ay mapuro na at masyado nang nakabend. Pati yung kanyang mga balahibo ay huhugutin niya isa-isa. Pagkatapos ng mga 130 days na buwis-buhay na proseso, ang kite na ito ay mabubuhay na naman ng another 40 years. Habang nabubuhay tayo, kailangan natin ng pumili ng marami. Kung gano'n, ano ba ang kinakailangan ninyo? Hindi choice, kundi decision. Kahit dumating ang maraming mga tsansa para magbigay ng desisyon, kung hindi kayo magkaroon ng matapang na desisyon, walang anumang magbabago sa buhay ninyo. Ang kailangan ninyo, ano ba ang pagbabagong kailangan ninyo? Ano ba ang oportunidad na kailangan ninyo? Ano ba ang desisyon na kailangan ninyong gawin? Kayo lang ang nakakaalam. At ang pagbabago na nagmumula sa desisyon na ito ay makikita ng lahat ng tao. Ang inyong desisyon ang siyang inyong kinabukasan.
여러분 영상 잘 보셨습니까?
나인틴나인 보고 뭐
여러분
보기야,
이렇게 자기 개발을 함으로 인하여서 더
Tulad nito,
나은
sa pamagitan ng
인생을 살고
self-development,
새로운
ay
인생을
nabubuhay
살
tayo
수
ng mas
있는
magandang
부분을
buhay at
이야기했는데
panibagong
다음
buhay.
시간 좀
Tulad ng original diamond, depende kung paano ito ika-cut, paano ito ipoprocess, ang halaga niya ay pwede umakyat 100 times. Ganon din ang mind ninyo. Gamit ng anong klaseng mind nyo ba ika-cut ang mind ninyo? Paano nyo ba ito ipoprocess? Pwede itong umabot ng 100 times, 200 times mas mahal. Ganon po ang halaga ng natin ay umaakyat. Ang self-development ay huwag nyo pong isipin na mahirap. Ito ay pagbabago lang ng kaisipan, shift of thought, una. Mas pangalawa, pag-challenge. And then pangatlo naman, paano ba ang self-development? Think easily lang po. Ang pagbabago pala ng isang kaisipan mismo ay self-development. Ang pagsisimula mula sa maliit na bagay, huwag kang matakot sa pagbabago at huwag ka rin matakot mabigo. Ganito po ang pagsisimula natin ay nagmumula sa maliliit na bagay. Parang tayo ay tumatawid sa Stone Bridge. Kung makita nyo sa picture, may tagi-isang bato na isa-isang step natin hahakbangan. Kaya ito ay malawak na ilog. Habang tayo ay humahakbang isa-isa, mapapansin natin na tayo ay nakatawid na sa kabila. Ang self-develop din po ay ganun. Huwag nyo isipin na ito ay biglaan, unti-unti, isa-isa at makakaabot din po tayo sa dulo. Ito ay pagbabago po ng kaisipan. Ano po ba ang tinutukoy nito? Kung makita nyo ang chart na ito, siguro mas madadalian kayo makaintindi. Itong chart na pinapakita ko sa inyo ay ang tungkol sa average lifespan ng Korea. Kung makita nyo ang average lifespan na dito, nung Korea Dynasty, ang average lifespan nila ay 30 years old lang. Pwede ba yun? Opo, pwede po. Nung Korea Dynasty at nung Joseon Dynasty, ang kanilang average lifespan ay 30 years old, 40 years old lang. Nung panahon na ito kasi, ang taas ng child death rate, kaya baby death rate. At dahil hindi sila nabubuhay ng matagal, kaya ang kanilang average lifespan ay umaabot lamang ng 30 years old. Pero pagdating simula ng 1945, pagkatapos na ang Korea ay nakalaya mula sa Japan, noong 1945, pagkatapos makalaya ang Korea, ang average lifespan ng mga Koreano ay 47 years old lamang. Tinatawag natin, alam niyo po ba kung bakit sincelebrate ng mga Koreano ang 60th birthday? Kasi 47 years din sila ng 60 years old. Ibig sabihin, napakalayo ng naabot nila. Ibig sabihin, napakatagal ng kinabuhay nila. Kaya nila ito sincelebrate. Ito ang simbolo ng kahabaan ng buhay. Pero pagdating naman ng 1970s, ang average lifespan ay umabot ng 60 years old. And then every 10 years, mga tigpa 5 years, tumaas ang average lifespan. Pagdating ng 1990s, umabot ng 70 years old ang average lifespan. And then pagdating naman ng 2010, umabot na 80 years old ang average lifespan. At ito ay umaakyat pa rin ng umaakyat. Ganito, kung makita natin ang average lifespan nung Joseon Dynasty, 40 years old lang. At kahit nung nakalaya ang Korea, 47 years old pa lang ito. Kaya nung 1945, kumpara nung panahon na tayo ay ang Korea ay nakalaya, ngayon naman ay 80 years old na, di ba? Mula 47 ay naging 80 years old. Ibig sabihin, nabubuhay tayo ngayon ng 30 years more kaysa dati. Ganito, more than 30 years ang dinagdag sa buhay natin. Ngunit ang problema, ang pag-iisip ay taglay pa rin nila ang pag-iisip, level ng pag-iisip nung panahon na kalalaya pa lang natin. Ang mga tao nowadays, ang level ng pag-iisip nila ay nananatili pa rin noong 1940s. Ang average lifespan ay na-extend nga. Ngunit hindi alam ng mga tao kung paano i-develop ang sarili nila. Simpleng dahil sa tumagal ang buhay, kailangan natin paghandaan ang katandaan natin, ang retirement natin. Paano ba? Tayo ay mag-apply ng pension, mag-apply tayo ng insurance. Ganito ang mga hinahanda nila. Pero, tayo ay humaba na ang buhay natin more than 30 years. Pero ang problema, ang tanong, paano mo ba isi-spend ang 30 years more na buhay mo? Ang pag-iisip ng mga tao noong 1940s, pag nagsikap ka ng masipag, at pagkatapos mong maka-retire, bago ka mag-retire, baka mamatay ka, o kaya, after retirement, pwede ka mabuhay ng konti pa. Yun ang mindset nila noong 1940s. Kaya dala ng ganitong maling kaisipan, hanggang ngayon ang mga kabataan gusto lang nila ng early success. Kahit more than 30 years ang kinahabaan ng buhay, ang kanilang pananaw at ang kanilang pag-iisip ay hindi nagbago. At sila ay nagtataglay pa rin ng dating pamamaraan ng pag-iisip. Kaya, kinakailangan ng self-development na pagbabago ng kaisipan. Yun po ang panahon natin ngayon. Kung makita nyo po ang screen ngayon, makita ninyo na early success, and then negligence sa middle age, and then failure naman sa elderly age. Pareho lang din po sa inyo. Sa kabataan, gusto natin magtagumpay. Halos lahat ng mga kabataan, nais silang magtagumpay sa kanilang kabataan. Ngunit, ano ba ang early success? Ibig sabihin, sa 20s pa lang, gusto na nila maging successful. Kung ganon, ano po ba ibig sabihin ng success in their 20s? Pagpasok sa magandang paaralan, at saka gumaduate mula doon, at pumasok sa malalaking korporasyon. Alam niyo po ba ang annual salary ng middle-sized company and then big-sized company ay napakalaki. Kaya lahat ng mga tao ay nag-aaral ng mabuti para makapasok sa prestigious university at makapasok sa malalaking korporasyon. Pero dapat natin malaman na ang ganitong pamamaraan ng pag-iisip ay mali. Alam nyo, 30 years ang dinagdag sa kaisipan natin. Kung mabuhay ka nga na successful sa early stage, pero magiging negligent ka na sa middle age mo, and then mabibigo ka naman sa katandaan mo. Anong saysay nito? Pagka sila ay nakapasok sa isang korporasyon at kumikita ng malaki, syempre hindi na nila pagtatangkang lumipat pa sa ibang kumpanya at manatili na lang dito. Kaya pagdating ng middle-aged sa buhay niya, hindi na niya kailangan ang sweldo niya. Kaya ang mga kabataan, di ba, nowadays tayo ay nasa panahon na napakahirap na makahanap ng trabaho. Kaya ang mas kinakailangan natin ay kung baguhin nyo lang ang inyong pag-iisip. Kahit hindi pala ako tagumpay sa kabataan kong edad, kayang-kaya ko pa rin pala magtagumpay sa katandaan ko. Pero ang mga bata ngayon, porque hindi sila nakakuha ng magandang trabaho sa kanilang 20s, porque hindi sila yumaman sa kanilang 20s, akala nila bigo na sila. Kailangan nyo malaman ng katotohanan na ang pagtagumpay sa kabataan ay hindi tunay na pagtatagumpay. Kahit sabihin natin, tamo na matagumpay ka sa inyong early age, usually sa pagdating ng middle age, hindi na nila tinedevelop ang sarili nila at nagiging tamad na sila. Ang problema, pagka ikaw ay nakahanap ng trabaho sa malalaking korporasyon dahil mataas ang sweldo, hindi nila iisipin lumipat ng trabaho. Hindi din nila iniisip na magsimula ng startup. Pero pag damo na malaki ang kumpanya, mas mabilis ang retirement. Kaya pagka mataas ang promotion, pag mabilis ang promotion, mabilis din ang retirement. Kaya may mga tao rin na umiiwas ng promotion, especially tulad ng mga banking industry. Yung pinakamatataas na posisyon ang inuunang mag-retire, pinapa-retire, kaya ayaw nilang ma-promote. Kung ganon, habang nagtatrabaho sa malaking kumpanya, pagka nag-retire, ano ang kaya nilang gawin? Isang araw, meron akong kilalang isang branch manager ng bangko, tapos siya ay nag-retire. Dumating siya sa akin para manghingi ng consultation. Tapos sinabi niya na wala pa akong anumang mahanap na trabaho. Pati gwardiya, hindi nila ako tinatanggap. Hindi daw sa Korea, pati guard, tagapagbantay sa apartment ay hindi nila tinatanggap pagka nag-retire. Pero pagkatapos ng retirement, wala daw siyang makuha anumang trabaho. Kaya sa wakas, nabuhay na lang siya ng negligent na buhay sa kanyang middle-aged years. Dahil nabubuhay na lang ng ganitong buhay, sa wakas sila ay nabibigo na lang. Usually in their 50s, di ba, nagre-retire o merong honorary retirement, ano ang magagawa nila kung ganon? Ganon, dahil sa perang kinita nila, dahil mataas ang sweldo nila, di ba, sigurado nakabili na rin sila ng bahay at meron din severance pay na malaki, kaya nakakuha din sila ng lump sum. Meron din akong kakilalang isang branch manager at siya ay nag-retire. Nung siya ay nag-retire, siya daw ay nakatanggap ng 26 million pesos bilang severance pay. Tapos meron pa siyang kinitang pera at inipon na pera, tapos meron pa siya natanggap na lump sum. Pati yung kaibigan niya rin ay nag-retire sa parehong panahon. Pero siya raw ay sobrang nahihirapan. Alam niyo po ba kung bakit? Dahil gamit ng 26 million pesos na kanyang natanggap bilang severance pay, siya ay stock investment. At sa stocks, lahat ng pera niya ay naubos. Kaya siya daw ngayon ay sobrang nahihirapan at nawala ng pag-asa. Pero ang problema, wala siyang anumang magawang trabaho. Basta may maipon na pera, pagkatapos mag-retire ng 50s, for the next 30 years, pwede mo bang ubusin na lang yung unti-unti? Hindi po. Pagkadating nyo ng 50s, yun yung pinakamataas ang expense kasi yung mga anak mo ay nagtatrabaho pa rin, tapos kailangan din nila ikasal. Kaya hindi mo dapat basta-bastang isipin na ganyan-ganyan lang ang buhay. Kaya kailangan natin mag-isip ng mabuti. Minsan, merong isang chancellor ng university ang nagsalita sa akin ng ganito. Ang mga kaibigan niya raw ay nasa education industry. Nung siya ay principal pa lang, sinasabi ng mga kaibigan niya na, tara, tipon tayo. Kung gano'n, out of 10, 3 lang daw ang nagtitipon. Pero ngayon, pagkatapos niya mag-retire, pag sinabi na, tara, magtipon tayo, kung gano'n, out of 10, 7 daw ang nagtitipon. Pag sinabi niya, libre ko, kung gano'n, out of 10, 10 daw ang tumitipon. Tapos pag nakikita sila, ang palagi nilang sinasabi ay, uy pare, pahingi naman ng matatrabaho. Kasi, sila ay ngayong tumatanda na, pero wala silang magawang trabaho. Para to silang nakakulong sa isang kulungan na walang rehas. Bakit? Kasi pagka nag-retire bilang principal, alam niyo naman yung mga nasa education industry, mas na-extend ang kanyang retirement, di ba? Kaya kaya nilang mabuhay na with araw-araw dahil sa pension, pero parang nakakulong daw sila kaya naghahanap sila ng trabaho. Pwede ba kung kahit pumunta sa ibang bansa para magturo ng Korean, okay lang kahit walang sweldo, basta may magawa ako. Ayun yung binanggit sa akin minsan. Anyway, kailangan nyo pong tingnan yung buong buhay ninyo. Hindi porket hindi kayo matagumpay ngayon sa kabataan ninyo, huwag nyo isipin na bigo na kayo, na wala na kayong pag-asa. Dapat nyo malaman na ang mga nagtatagumpay sa early stage ng buhay nila ay nagiging tamad na lang sa middle stage hanggang sa sila ay mabigo sa kanilang elderly stage. Diba sinabi ko sa inyo na ang mindset natin ay nag-stop sa 1940s. Merong isang lolo na 90 years old na nagsabi, for the past 30 years, di ba after 60 years old ng retirement niya, kung nalaman ko na ganito pa rin ako ka-young-hearted at ka-lusog na mabubuhay for the next 30 years, hindi sana ako nabuhay na ganito katamad. Kung makita ninyo sa graph na ito, di ba? Noong 1970s, umabot ng 60 years old ang average lifespan ng Korea. Nung nakalaya ang Korea, 47 lang ang average lifespan, di ba? Ibig sabihin, mula kalayaan, mula independence hanggang 1970s, umabot ng 30 years. Umabot ng 20 years ang dagdag ng buhay. Tulad ng sinabi ng 90 years old na lolo na ito, kung nalaman ko lang na mabubuhay pa pala ako ng another 30 years na ganito kalusog, hindi sana ako nabuhay ng ganun. Bakit? Kasi nung 60 years old siya, hindi niya nalaman na aabot siya ng 90 years old. Kung ganun, habang 30 years old parang kayo, kung wala kayong ginagawa na basta-basta na lang nagpapalipas ng oras, di ba? Tinatawag na lang kayong tambay sa kanto. Itong lolong ito ay nabuhay ng 30 years more. Nung 60 years old siya, pagkatapos niya mag-retire, inayos niya na lahat ng social life niya. Pero pagkatapos nung nabuhay pa pala siya ng 30 years more, ibig sabihin 30 years ay sinayang na lang niya. Alam nyo, sa panahon natin, dumating na tayo sa panahon na after 6 years ay pwede pa tayong matawag na tambay dahil meron pa tayong another 30 years na natitiro. Ano ba ang importante? Kailangan natin baguhin ang isip natin. Kayo din po, ngayon, pagkatapos ng oras na ito, sana baguhin nyo din po ang isip ninyo. Isipin ninyo nung 1945, kung kailan 47 years old ang average lifespan, 30 years ago, ilang taon yun? 17 years old, ibig sabihin. O kaya, nung 1970s na 60 years old ang average lifespan, 30 years before no, ibig sabihin 30 years old pa lang, ay retire ka na. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Kahit ako ay nagmumukhang late konti sa ibang tao, kahit nagmumukha akong magbagal kaysa ibang tao, hindi pa po kayo late. Kung palitan nyo lang ang isip ninyo at kung magkaroon lang kayo ng shift of thought, pagka maaga pa lang nagtagumpay, ay nagiging negligent sa middle age at pag nabibigo pala sa elderly stage. Kung ganun, dapat natin malaman na ngayon pa lang, kahit wala akong nakamit, ay kayang-kaya ko pala i-develop ang sarili ko. Merong isang 70 years old na lola na tumakas sa North Korea at dumating South Korea. Isipin niyo, 70 years old na lola, kung ordinaryo mga tao yun, ay sige, dito na lang tayo, tanda na natin, ano bang gagawin ko dyan sa ibang bansa. Pero itong lolang ito ay iba. 70 years old siyang lumaba sa North Korea at dumating South Korea. Alam niyo kung ano sinabi niya sa South Korea? Pagka hindi kayo kumita ng pera sa South Korea, bobo kayo. Sinabi ng 70 years old na lola na lumipat mula North Korea to South Korea, sinabi niya, kung hindi kayo kumikita ng pera sa South Korea, bobo kayo. Kayo, di ba kabataan pa lang kayo? Tapos inisip nyo na ngayon pala, anong gagawin ko sa buhay? Saan ako mag-aanap ng trabaho? Paano ako mabubuhay? Huwag kayong malimit sa ganitong kaisipan. Subukan nyo iwasakin ang frame ng kaisipan ninyo at lumabas kayo. Diba sabi nga ng 70 years old na lola, bobo kayo kung di kayo kumikita ng pera dito sa South Korea. Kasi siya ay gumagawa ng damit sa North Korea. Alam niyo po ba yung pattern ng damit ng North Korea at pattern ng damit sa South Korea completely different? Kaya yung pattern ng paggawa niya ng damit sa North Korea ay walang kwenta nga sa South Korea. Pero ang lolang ito, hindi niya inisip na gano'n. Sinabi niya na iba lang yung pattern. Pero yung galing ng pananahi niya ay the best. Siya ay the best sa pananahi. Yung mga, alam niyo po ba yung mga sikat na designer sa mga women's clothes as sa men's clothes? Yung mga damit ng mga sikat na mga tao ay handmade, di ba? Gawa sa kamay. Isa-isa tinahi. Ganun ginagawa ang damit nila. Pero nowadays, sobrang hirap makahanap ng mga taong magaling manahi. Pero ang lolong ito ay nagtataglay ng kagalingan manahi, di ba? Kaya pumunta siya sa Tongdaemun at saka nag-self-develop. Paano? Natuto siya ng pattern. Kasi magaling na siyang manahi sa gamit ng karayom at sinulid. Kaya gamit ng galing na ito, natutunan niya kung paano yung pattern ng mga sikat na mga designer sa South Korea. Ito ang shift of thought. Tumatanggap siya ng mga order ng mga sikat na designer at siya yung tumatahi. Kaya, pagka wala tayong kaisip-isip na nabubuhay ng gano'n, buong buhay natin, mabubuhay na lang tayo sa katandaan natin kabit ng pensyon na binibigay ng gobyerno. Pero tulad ng sinabi ng lolang ito, na bobo ang mga taong hindi kumikita sa South Korea. Ganito, sa pamagitan ng pagbabago lang ng konting kaisipan, maraming mga bagay ang pwede natin mabago. Kung tingnan nyo po ang chart na ito, tingnan nyo po ito, napaka-importanting chart po ito ha. Ito ay napaka-importanting bagay sa future ninyo. Tingnan nyo po ang chart na ito ha. Dati, pagkatapos graduate ng high school, graduate ng college, di ba? Pagkatapos ng college, master degree, and then o kaya kikita ng maghanap ng trabaho. Diba? Pagkatapos mong graduate ng high school, dalawa ang mapupuntahan mo. Either pumunta ng college o kaya mag-startup. O kaya pagkatapos naman graduate ng college, pwede kang kumuha ng master's degree o kaya mag-startup na naman. Pero sa wakas, kahit maghanap ka ng trabaho, kailangan mo pa rin mag-retire, di ba? Sa mid-50s, kaya early 50s. So sabihin natin hanggang umabot ka ng 60s, kailangan mo pa rin mag-startup, di ba? Pagkatapos mo mag-retire. Kung ganun, yung natitira mong buhay, 20 years, 30 years, maglalaro-laro ka na lang ba sa bahay? Tambay ka na lang ba? Gagamitin mo na lang ba yung naipon mong pera? Ba tulad na sinabi ng mga principal kanina na para silang nakakulong sa isang kulungan na wala lang rehas. Sa wakas, nabubuhay na lang sila ng buhay na walang kasaysay-saysay. Sinasabi nga nila na walang rehas na kulungan daw ang tinitirhan nila. At sa wakas, kung tingnan natin ang buong buhay natin, mas hindi natin masasabi na ang buhay natin ay matagumpay. Kung tingnan natin sa chart na ito, tingnan nyo ha, pagkatapos yung graduate ng high school, o kaya maghanap kayo ng trabaho, o kaya mag-startup kayo. Siyempre, hindi madaling mag-startup after high school graduation. Pero merong mga nagtatrabaho after high school. Halimbawa, sa palengke, pagkatapos graduate ng high school, wala siyang natutunan, wala siyang skill. Kaya merong isang binata, halimbawa sabihin natin na nagtrabaho bilang kargador sa palengke. Hindi naman sa pagmamaliit sa kanila, pero nagde-deliver siya sa palengke. Araw-araw na sumasakay ng motor, tapos nagde-deliver sa palengke. Pero sabihin natin na may pangarap ang binatang ito. Balang araw, gustong kumita ng pera at magkaroon ng sarili kong tindahan. Ngayon, nasa palengke lang siya at saka nagde-deliver ng mga bagay-bagay. Kahit yung mga kaibigan niya ay nasa college, tapos nag-enjoy ng campus romance, pero siya ay nasa palengke at nagde-deliver lang. Ngayon, kumpara sa isang tao na pumasok sa magandang college at saka pumasok sa magandang korporasyon, kumpara sa isang delivery boy lang sa palengke, kung ikumpara sila, sino man ang tanungin, masasabi na ang pumasok sa college at nakapasok sa malaking korporasyon ang successful, pero hindi po ganun. For 30 years, habang siya ay nag-deliver sa palengke, unti-unti siya ay nakaipon ng pera at with the dream na ako ay magtatayo ng sarili kong palengke, palaging habang umikot siya sa palengke, nakita niya ang market economy. Ay, teka lang, bumagsak na tong tindahan to ha. Tapos, ano kaya ang susunod na papasok na tindahan dito? Ay, merong bagong tindahan. Ano kaya ang produkto nila? Shoe shop. Pero sa tingin ko, hindi bagay yung shoe shop dyan eh. Mas ganito, etong binata nito, habang siya ay nakamotor at palibot-libot ng palengke, nakita niya ang pag-ikot ng ekonomiya sa palengke. Kung ano ang matagumpay, kung ano ang mabibigo. Kaya after 30 years ng pagtingin niya, pagka siya ay nagtayo ng bagong tindahan, dahil kitang-kita niya na ang market ng tindahan, ang ekonomiya ng tindahan, malalaman niya kung ano ang nararapat na tindahan na kailangan niya itayo at siya ay magtatagumpay. Kailangan natin ng bagong pananaw. Hindi porket nagbigo ka sa early stage ng buhay mo ay bigo ka ng tao. Hindi din dahil sa nagtagumpay ka sa early stage ng buhay mo ay matagumpay ka na. Alam niyo po ba, 20 years old, 20s, 30s, kahit hindi ganun kaganda ang trabaho ko kumpara sa ibang mga tao, kahit hindi ganun kaganda ang specifications ko, ang mga eligibility ko, kahit hindi maganda ang mga certification ko, huwag kayo masyadong manliit dahil meron pang 50s, 60s, meron pa kayong 50 years ahead. Tulad ng kilala ninyo, di ba? Ang KFC chicken. Ang founder nito na si Colonel Sanders, di ba? Nung 66 years old siya ay na-bankrupt. At ang tanging nasa kamay niya ay $100 na bigay ng gobyerno. Pero ang taglay niyang recipe noon ay ang chicken sauce. Recipe ng chicken na paborito ninyo ngayon. Pero noong panahon, sinabi niya sa mga chicken shop na meron po akong special sauce. Saan man siya pumunta, nabigo siya kasi wala namang ma-interest sa chicken sauce niya. Habang ganoon, ang KFC, first branch ng KFC ay naitayo niya after 1,008 times na pagkabigo. Ngayon, nung panahon na yun, wala pang franchise industry. Pero paano niya naitayo ang first branch ng KFC? Bakit? Kasi kaysa sa mindset, kaysa sa yung business niya, nakita nila ang mindset ng lolong ito. Kasi isipin nyo, ganito katanda na tao, 66 years old siya nung na-bankrupt siya. Tapos 1,008 times siya nag-challenge, diba? Ibig sabihin, lumipas na naman ang matagal na panahon. Pero nakita ng mga tao sa paligid niya, ang mindset niya na patuloy pa rin nag-challenge. Kung taglay ang ganitong challenge, magtatagumpay ang ganitong tao. Kaya nagtagumpay nga siya, di ba? Halimbawa, sa Korea, sa mga night food industry, ang pinaka challenge ng mga tao ay fried chicken. Chicken, pangalawa, pizza, o kaya jokbal. Sa Korea, kahit makabenta ka lang na mabuti ng chicken, kita ka na malaki franchise sa buong mundo, di ba? Gano'ng kalaking pera ang kinita nila kung gano'n. Ganito sa buhay ninyo, mayroon at mayroong pagkakataon. Ngayong araw, baguhin ninyo ang pag-iisip ninyo. Hindi porke nalilate kayo konti ngayong araw. Sa marathon, kahit na nahuhuli ka konti ngayon, hindi ito huli. Kayang-kaya mo pa rin makahabol. Ganon din po ang buhay natin. Kaya kung sa pamagitan na ng pagpapalit ng isang isip, kayang-kaya ninyong mauna sa ibang mga tao. Pagkatapos mag-retire, alam niyo po ba ano yung pinaka madalas silang pinipili? Ito ay startup. At ano ba ang similarity ng mga nagsa-startup? Lahat sila tuwing nagsa-startup sila ay sumusubok dreaming na makaka-jackpot sila. na hindi nakahanda ng maayos, naniniwala lang sila sa kaisipan nila at saka nagsisimula. Alam niyo po ba, usually average of 70 days lang daw ang preparation ng mga Koreano para mag-start up. Ano kaya ang maganda? Ano kaya ang patok ngayon? Average of 70 days lang sila naghahanda at nagsa-start up. Ano ba ang naging resulta nito? Sa Korea, meron tinatawag na ratio of startup and then closed up. At 95.9% ng mga startup daw ay nagsasara. At ito ay nangyari years ago. Ngayong panahon, siguradong mas mataas na. Sa Gwangju, Cheonnam Province ng Korea, 99.3 ang failure rate ng startup. Kung nakatira kayo sa Gwangju, wag naman kayo mawalan ng pag-asa. Kasi 99.3% ng lahat na nagsa-startup ay nababankrupt. Bakit? Kasi hindi sila nakapaghanda ng husto. Kaya pagkatapos kong graduate ng high school, kaya sinabi ko sa inyo, di ba, pagkatapos ko ng high school, for 30 years siyang nagde-delivery boy sa palengke at sa wakas, nagtayo ng sarili niyang tindahan. Bakit siya maaaring mag-success? Bakit? Mag-succeed. Kasi yung iba, 70 days lang naghahanda. Pero siya, 30 years ang pinaghandaan. Isipin nyo, naging branch manager ng bangko, o kaya galing siya sa Samsung, o kaya galing siya sa LG. Siya isang board of directors na kumpanya. Ano mang posisyon ang pinanggalingan mo? Pagka 70 years mo lang ang pinagmasdan, kumpara sa 30 years pinagmasdan ng palengke, sino kaya ang may mas malalim na pananaw at mas magandang impormasyon? Siyempre, yung binatang yon na high school graduate lang na naging delivery boy. Kaya for 70 days, dahil lang sa mababaw na pangmasid mo, ang startup mo ay mabibigo. Pero tulad na delivery boy na yun, 30 years lang naghanda at nagmasid, ay magtatagumpay kaysa sa mga naghanda ng sandali lang. Kaya kailangan po natin maghanda mula sa maliliit na bagay. Ang pagbabago lang ng kaisipan, mula dito, magmumula ang dakilang pagbabago ng inyong buhay. Kaya sa susunod na oras din, pag-usapan natin ng more detalyado kung paano natin babaguhin ang kaisipan natin. Hanggang dito na po ang lecture ko ngayong araw. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you so much, Reverend Kim Jae-hong, the president of International Mind Education Institute. So his lecture for today is all about the necessity of self-improvement. During his last speech, he told us that the change of thought, meaning is change of life. Thank you so much once again to the president of International Mind Education Institute. Now, just like what we had yesterday, we are going to proceed to our mind education workshop proper. We will be divided into different breakout rooms and meet our mind education specialists. Thank you so much, and let's proceed with our rooms.
Hi guys, good afternoon. So, I don't know, wait. Nasa main session tayo. Hi everyone. Sige, turn on tayo ng camera muna. Everyone, please turn on our cameras. Hello. Sige, turn on cameras tayo, everyone. Okay, so it's nice to see you all again. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon po.
Yes, asan ang ating secretary? Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Asan ang ating secretary?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Miss Casey. Yes, Karil, hello, good afternoon. Okay, sige Karil, this time we're going to do the minutes of the meeting, lahat ng mga mapag-uusapan natin for our second day. So actually today, we're going to have our main body. So before we proceed to the main body of our lecture, let's just have an insight on what we've understand or ano ba yung mga insights na naging natin through the lecture for this afternoon. I do believe na maraming insights, diba? It's more about our self-development on how we're going to improve to be the better version of who we are. So there's a lot of insights. Kasi out of this lecture, we're going to draft our mind lecture. Okay? So it's very good that you can see this kind of lecture. So why don't we hear from Ella? Sige, Ella. Hi, Ella. Sige, makinig tayo kay Ella. Yung sa mga insights niya lang. Insights lang, sharing lang tayo. So whatever you...
Good afternoon. About sa na-discuss po ngayon sa mind lecture, I think it's a nice question po to throw in the introduction yung question na kailan ka magiging masaya kasi di ba sa mind lecture is yung mind lecture na diniscuss ngayon is about self-improvement and how we should change our mindset to see the brighter things in life. I think it's a nice question to throw in the introduction po talaga na kailan ka magiging masaya, ganito ka na lang ba sa buong buhay mo, yung mga ganun po na parang mapapaisip pa sila na, oo nga no, kailan nga ba ako dapat maging masaya, kailan ba ako dapat mag-i-improve para sa sarili ko na hindi na lang palaging ganito, yung stagnant lang, hindi ka nag-grow as a person, yung ganun.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ella, for your insight. So why not we call someone from Alcala Good News Mission Church? So anyone from you na pwedeng mag-share? O bakit nag-alisan? Nagtanong lang ako, nag-alisan kayo. Anything that you can share of? Kahit ano lang na pwede nating ma-share from our Alcala. Anything lang. Sige, anyone from you guys? Okay, I will give you time. Okay, I will give you time. But for this time, si Dane muna. Dane Crisel. O nagulat siya para siya nanalo ng loto. Okay, so you're the lucky winner.
Sir, yung self-improvement po, sir, is change your mind to grow up yourself or your life to have a good business, sir. And
okay, so thank you very much, Dane. So nagulat siya kanina. So anyways, thank you for that. This time let's have okay, our secretary. So Miss Karil. Karil is our secretary, right? Tama ba?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so si Miss Karil naman mag-share ng insight
So
niya.
in today's lecture, one idea that really caught my attention is that in order to change or improve yourself, you're going to undergo breaking, like what the speaker have given us an example, which is sculpturing that kite in order for him to live longer. They undergo breaking and pain. So in order for us to achieve improvement in oneself, it is normal to experience pain. So that's my insight for today's one.
Okay, so thank you very much. So I don't know why we are in the main session. So binigay sa atin yung main session. So this time, it's very actually nostalgic, no? This kind of lecture, because we've heard one of the topic mentioned by our member, Miss Angel, diba? She mentioned about the diamond, on how diamond is being created, diba? Out of the pressure. Kailangan ma-pressure talaga siya in order for you to create that precious gem, diba? So it's really good to hear those kind of things that, you know, having our main body or yung paggawa natin ng main body ng mind lecture natin, of course, we need to inculcate ideas and stories also. So kung mapapansin natin, di ba, during the mind lecture a while ago, there's a lot of different stories. So may story ng mga famous sculptor, painter, di ba, sila Michael, the Ninja Turtles. Sino ba yung mga Ninja Turtles? Michelangelo, Raffaello, tsaka si Leonardo. Hindi na mention yung isa. Sino yung isa? Starts with letter D. Si Donatello. Diba? So hindi siya na-mention. Pero anyways, yun yung isa sa mga technique, diba? Para matandaan nyo yung mga great minds of the previous, parang ancient world, diba? The Ninja Turtles, yung 4 Ninja Turtles. Raffaello, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo. Well, anyways, punchline lang yan para at least ma-uplift naman yung mood natin. Since ginaganahan ng tumawa si Ma'am Aria, so let's have some insights from Ma'am Aria. Okay, Alcala, please prepare. After ni Ma'am Aria, kayo na. Okay, sige, Ma'am Aria. Tama ba yung pagkaka-pronounce ko? Aria o Aria?
Yes, Aria po.
Aria, okay. Sige, si Ma'am Aria naman.
Good afternoon po, Sir Gan, and to all our co-participants. Siguro, insight from this afternoon's lecture would be preserve yourself, siguro. Kasi from all the stories, sample stories, they undergone many methods of preserving things, diba po? So to incline in ourselves, siguro preserving through not enduring pain, how to endure our containment of the happiness. Para kasi pag 'di ba pag nasobrahan, parang kung gamot, bawal siya kasi hindi ba pwedeng masobrahan. And then hindi rin pwedeng sobra tayong masaya, hindi pwedeng sobra tayong masasaktan, hindi rin sobra, dapat lahat equal. So preserve yung thought ko doon ngayon. Thank you po.
Okay, so we've heard from Miss Aria, yung preserve or reservation of ourselves. So how about our president? Hindi kasi prepare yung Alcala, nawala yung mga tao na rapture na sila. Okay, Miss President naman muna natin. And then later on, our president will preside for the creation of our body. So dito na tayo magko-contribute. So yun na pag-usapan natin kahapon, di ba, yung pinaka-main topic natin is, yun nga, how can we go, later na natin pag-usapan. So pakinig muna tayo kay Miss President natin, Krisia. Tama ba yung pronunciation ko, Krisia? Kasi may H, dapat Krisia. Krisia, ganyan.
Sakto po yung pronunciation. Krisia po.
Tama.
Opo, tama. Okay, so, yung insights po, diba, Sir Eric, about what we talked yesterday?
Yeah, insight and today also, ano yung mga naintindihan natin?
Okay. So, yung insight ko yesterday is like, I agree with Sir Eric's idea to combine the growth mindset and deep thinking thing, because I think na like, para stable yung topic natin, like one branch lang talaga siya. And what I learned today is to talk with the president of Mind Education, the self-improvement thingy po, where he defined every art scriptures, every art stuffs. That's it po.
Okay, so how about si Kent kaya? Hi Kent. Okay, I hope you will prepare yourself for the battle this Thursday.
Yes, sir. I will try to do my best and not disappoint the school.
Okay.
Okay, so I would just like to add na how about the question, how to change our mindset into thinking into the brighter side of the problem? Like, katulad nung binigay na example sa lecture kanina na kids today think that early success will lead them to late failures, or in another case, if you are not successful when you're still in an early age, you won't be successful in the future. So I think we need to tackle that question. Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ken. So it's really good, no? It's really good to hear different perspective on how you listen or understand the lecture a while ago. Okay, so just to give you everyone an idea on what is going to happen today, so we're going to create our body. So how we're going to make a body? Okay, so for us to have a good body, of course, we need to have a backup stories, some ideas, or you've seen a while ago the different stories behind that kind of self-improvement, right? That they need to challenge themselves. They need to undergo pressure in order for them, for example, for the kite, right? The kite lives more than like 70 to 80 years. But in order for them to achieve that kind of status, to live more than or beyond. Okay. Hi, Sebastian. Thank you. Okay, so may biglang pumasok. So in order for us to... Ayan na naman, wait. Okay, so in order for us in order for that kite to be able to have this kind of status for him to live a longer life, he needs to break his body, not body, but the beak and the talons, right? Because if you're not going to do so, then the end point of that is to die. That's why there's a question there whether he's going to die or he's going to change himself, right? So those are the things. So it's not about the choice, but it's about the decision that he's going to make. Likewise, also in the story of how we create a diamond. So how this precious gemstone or the toughest precious stone being created, and out of this is a pressure. Likewise, in our life also, how can we develop ourselves, right? So as we've heard about the sculpture, right? Sculpting is what? Sculpting is about removing useless things. So likewise, in our life also, we just need to remove useless things in us, right? So actually, in the main topic of ours with regards to the growth mindset and at the same time having this kind of deep thinking. So what is deep thinking? Does everybody knows, or do anyone from this group knows deep thinking? Anyway, since we don't have really enough time, so deep thinking, it means going beyond the first level of thoughts. Diba minsan in our life, we just decide things out of the blue kasi nandiyan in a certain situation. We don't think it deeply na you don't really scrutinize things, you don't analyze things, but you just arrive at the conclusion that we need to do it like that. Just to give an answer, just to sustain the needs of that certain situation. So hindi na tayo nag-jump up sa second level of thoughts natin. So that is what we call the deep thinking. We're trying to see things, we're trying to analyze things, and in order for us to arrive in a better solution. Likewise, in my story that I told you yesterday, right, about the dilemma of the students nowadays, that they're being bombarded with a lot of different modules. They don't have enough time to answer the modules. They do lack of gadgets or whatnots in order for them to achieve the right education that they need. So those are the external factors that is involved, diba? That creates for them to have this kind of how do I say this, burdened heart. So nag-a-arrive sila sa ganong klaseng problema. So the tendency is what happened. They have this kind of mental issues na ang dami ng ginagawa, they are being pressured of a lot of things, right? But if we're going to look upon the scenario of that student, actually that is not the main reason why he or she is having this kind of mental issues. It is because within him, he doesn't have the proper mindset, right? He doesn't have the proper mindset because he doesn't know how to manage his time wisely, and he don't have this kind of strong heart to challenge those kind of obstacles that he's having right now. So the tendency is he end up having this kind of mental issues, and that is what we want to have in our mind lecture, right? We want to give a strong heart towards individual in order for them to overcome those kind of challenges, because yesterday, right, we presented a lot of ideas with regards to how people see it, how people see this kind of mental issues. But then again, we need to focus on how do people end up having a mental issue, and then we came up with when it is okay not to be okay. So last night I will just share, since we do have our sharing na. Me also, I want to share to everyone that I'm also being challenged by that kind of statement. When is okay not to be okay? Diba kung tatagalogin nyo, kailan ba pwedeng maging maganda na hindi ka maganda? Or kailan ba pwedeng maging okay na hindi ka okay? Diba kasi most of the people will see na kapag hindi ka okay, parang, ayan, problematic, ganyan, di ba? So, I was being challenged by that kind of statement. And when it's not okay, when it's okay not to be okay. So, medyo, tapos pinanood ko din yung, di ba, it was a Miss Universe, Miss Binibining Pilipinas question, di ba? When it's okay not to be okay, and when it's not okay to be okay. Di ba, dalawang question yon. So ako din medyo napaisip. So when is it okay not to be okay? So habang tinitingnan ko, kapag hindi ka okay, ano ba yung mga current situations na meron ka? At ano ba yung mga triggering factor, bakit ka hindi naging okay? So looking at my point, so kapag hindi ako okay, ano yung pwede kayang mangyari? So when you are not okay, this is a perfect opportunity for you to seek someone's help. So pwedeng mag-ask ka ng advice, di ba? Because if you're okay, do you think mag-ask ka ng advice sa ibang tao? If your situation is really okay, if you're doing fine, will you ask someone for help? Kakausapin mo ba yung friends mo? Kakausapin mo ba yung family mo? Kakausapin mo ba yung people around you to ask help? No, right? Because you think you're okay. Likewise, when do people go to hospital? Pag may sakit na. Pupunta ka ba ng hospital pag wala kang sakit, pag wala kang nararamdaman? No. You don't bother going to hospital if you're already okay. Diba? Kasi okay ka naman eh. You see yourself as okay. So you don't bother going to the hospital. Baka isipin pa nila, baliw ka. Bakit ka nasa hospital? Wala ka naman nararamdaman. Okay, but that's not my point. Okay, punchline lang yan para at least medyo ma-uplift naman tayo. So, diba? When you're not okay, that's the perfect time for you to be with someone. First, you will develop socializing with others, getting the help of others, realizing that you yourself alone, you cannot do it. So you will seek someone's help. Diba? You will have those kind of things. Secondly, you will have this kind of, bakit ang dami pumapasok na, wait, kasi nasa main session tayo. Sorry, we're in the main session. We are being highlighted. Congrats, everyone. Kaway-kaway tayo sa Facebook. We're famous. Okay. So, after that, dapat to the technical team, sana naka-gallery siya para nakikita yung mga handsome and beautiful faces ng mga members ko. Again, for the technical team, please gallery view. Wag yung ako lang nakikita. Wag lang speaker view. Gallery view siya para makita lahat ng mga members ko. Okay, so smile tayo sa camera. Ayos tayo, onte. Ganyan. Okay. Oh, okay daw. Naka-gallery view. So guys, ayos tayo. Ayan. Okay. So good. Diba? So, that's the time that it's okay not to be okay because you learn how to mingle. You try to open up your heart. Diba? Now you're not being isolated, but there is someone who wants to take care of you, who wants to hear your heart, who wants to help you. That's the first thing. You learn how to open up your heart. You know, being isolated, being into a mental depression, right? Being depressed one factor involved in that is being isolated. You're being alone. So to get out from that, you need to open your heart. You need to connect with others, right? And then if you're connected with others, that's the time that that kind of mental issues that you're having actually will be resolved, right? Actually, the problem here is not the people, how they see it, but how we cope up with these current issues that we have. Again, the real reason why we end up having a wounded heart, kung bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng sugat sa puso or natitisod, it's not because of other people involved. It's because mahina yung puso natin. We do have a weak heart, right? So here in our mental issues or the mental health issues na gusto natin maging mind lecture, our top goal talaga or our main objective is how can we give this kind of strong heart towards the people who's having this kind of mental issues, and by doing so, having this kind of deep thinking or having the growth mindset, diba? They don't look upon the situation, okay, but instead, they're going to see the beauty of that kind of certain situation for them to have a self-improvement, diba? Topic nga natin ngayon is about self-improvement, diba? How do this kind of people or stories tends to live a good life or tends to develop a good life? Like for example, the kite, by having this kind of pressure, by overcoming it, diba? Not being with the situation, but overcoming that kind of situation. So likewise, as also in our mental health issue, being our mind lecture, diba? It is not how people see it, but how these kind of people overcome these kind of mental health problems that they're having by having a strong heart. Okay, so I hope that our discussions will revolve around this. So this time, I will give the floor to our president, and we're going to share now the stories. We're going to share ideas. We're going to share different perspective on how we're going to came up with the body of the story or the main plot or the main story of ours. Okay, in order for us to have this, of course, we need to have a backup stories. One best thing is your experiences. Okay, for us to have a good. Nakita niyo ba kanina yung lecture nung kanina, yung 5 minutes lang, di ba? She mentioned her experiences there. Diba? She was like this before. So the best mind lecture is by giving our experiences. It means we experienced it. Then we apply this kind of mindset, and now this is the result, us. Okay? So I hope everyone can share the experiences and then the backup stories. And of course, what do we want to happen in this mind lecture? So nasabi ko na kanina, ano ba yung gusto nating mangyari? Kung bakit natin ginawa tong mind lecture na to, yung purpose natin, yung objective natin. And next is, maybe we can add up some stories, no? Parang kanina yung mind lecture, di ba, nag-add up ng story ng kite, nag-add up ng story ng sa Dynamite, nag-add up sa story ng sa Scout sila ng Ninja Turtles, or yung sa Diamond. So those kind of things, we can add up those kind of things in order for us to create a best mind lecture that we can present to others. Okay? So now I'm giving the floor to Miss President. Okay, let's start. Mag-mute na ako.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I'd like to ask question first para ano lang, like feel the vibe going. How's your day po? Can anyone answer that? How's your day so far attending this mind lecture? Okay. Okay. So would anyone like to share some experience about having these difficulties, mental difficulties, and how you cope up with them? Anyone? Raise your hand if you want to, please. Okay. Anne Francis Suaban, she's raising her hand. Hi.
Hello. Sorry, I can't turn on my camera right now, but I want to share this to you. one of my learning during my young as a young individual is when life offers an escape from a painful past or a daunting situation or an escape from a wrong choice or a mistake, we must accept it and never look back because moving forward is always the best choice. And we all know that it can be stormy right now, but it can't rain forever, right? And there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all. Thank you.
Wow, that was very deep and relatable. So thank you, Miss Anne Francis Waban. Would anyone like to share? Then for more, ideas. Okay. How about Miss Marini? Would you like to share po, Miss Marini?
So about depression ba? Ano ba?
Apo.
Depression daw. Okay. So actually, siguro kung masasabi ko nowadays kung ano yung mga nagiging stress ko is maybe like having too much work, ganon. So talagang hindi ko minsan kasi nakikipagsapalaran sa oras at saka sa mga gawain. Kaya minsan na-stress ako sa ganung bagay. And then hindi ko na alam kung paano ko masasolve saka paano ko ba talaga gagawin. And then kanina while I was listening to the lecture, isa yung sinabi doon is your decision is your future. Though narinig ko na siya dati pero kanina kumbaga parang mas na-refresh sa akin. Your decision is your future. So halimbawa, I'm facing this kind of stress, yes, about sa pakikipagsapalaran sa oras at saka sa mga gawain. Pero how am I going to deal with this? What kind of decision or yes, ano ba yung pipiliin ko? Paano ba ako mag-decide dito? Am I just going to give up or continue ko to? But then, the question is, oo nga, nakikipagsapalaran ako sa oras, tapos hindi ko alam kung ano yung gagawin ko. So, yung naging next na question is, paano? Ano yung gagawin ko? So, I think, isa sa mga nagiging solutions sa ganitong klaseng stress na nakukuha ko is to get energy or kumbaga parang strength from other people. So kagaya nung kanina nung binanggit ni Mr. Gan is I think yung naintindihan ko sinabi niya is first is be open and connection to other people. So actually na-stress ako, hindi ko alam kung ano yung gagawin ko, but then as nakokonekta ako sa mga iba't ibang tao, tapos nakikipag-usap ako sa kanila, and then I do share kung anong part na nahihirapan ako, mas nagiging malinaw siya sa akin. Tapos mas nalalaman ko kung ano ba yung dapat ko talagang gawin sa mga bagay-bagay na to. Especially when it comes to stress. Alam ko na maraming beses sinasabi na maganda yung stress, maganda yan sa brain mo, ganyan. Pero hanggang dun ko na lang siya naririnig. But then as I talk with other people and as I share my heart to them, kung saan talagang part ako nahihirapan. Tapos sa papagitan ng pag-share ko, mas nagiging malinaw siya sa akin. Tapos mas nagiging malinaw din sa akin yung mga iba't ibang explanation or sharing about sa ano ba yung nangyayari sa akin. So I think yun. So through me being connected with other people, mas nagiging clear yung bawat bagay. Tapos mas nagiging magaang sa akin ngayon yung war na kinakaharap ko. So I think that's all.
Thank you, Miss Marini. That was a good sharing. Do you want to share more, guys? Okay, none now. So I'll be sharing mine because I think I have something to share then. So I've been into a phase where I get very lazy, like no motivation at all, just doing things na basta-basta lang, and like doing every activity sa school namin na ito lang yung kaya kong gawin, so ito na yung papasa ko. Not really like going through forward with what I am capable of. Like, di ko pinupush yung sarili ko na mag-accomplish into greater things, ganon. So, I think, it's better to really overcome your problems instead of hiding from them, like thinking a lot about your problem, which is why people get lazy, get stressed because they're thinking too much instead of focusing into one goal where you need to look forward on, because you'll do greater things if you know that you're capable of something greater than what you have right now. That's it. So, like Sir Eric mentioned kanina about our lecture, what should we use as a body for our mind lecture? Because Ate Hazel Madronero, you're raising your hand po. Do you have anything to share?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Actually, I also want to share. I just remember when I was Good News Corps volunteer to Vietnam last 2019. Then, ito talaga, I don't know, this is also one of my turning point at that time when I was a volunteer kasi sobrang depressed ako at that time. Then, syempre, for 1 year, I will stay there. Tapos, iniisip ko, anong gagawin ko doon? Hindi ko alam lahat ng bagay. Tapos, paano ba ako makikipag-communicate sa kanila? So, sobrang na-stress ako at that time. So, I don't know their language. So, paano ko i-open yung puso ko sa kanila? Kaya, I think mga 2 months or 3 months na nasa Vietnam ako, parang nagsarado yung puso ko. Nagkaroon ako ng block together from the Vietnamese. So, I cannot share my hearts until such time na sa sobrang stress ko, sa sobrang depressed ko, parang gusto ko na lang umuwi ng Pilipinas. Ayan, itapon lahat ng bagay, tapos umuwi ng Pilipinas. Tapos, habang nandoon din ako, maraming bagay rin ako na-realize as a Good News Corps volunteer. Diba, sa sobrang stress ko na yon, parang gusto ko siyang ilabas. Gusto ko siyang i-share sa iba. But there's something that keeps me holding back na, pag sinabi mo ba yan, makikinig ba sila? Pag sinabi mo ba yan, may tatanggap kaya sa sasabihin mo. Ayun na, may mga nakaka-relate. May mga ganyan akong thoughts at that time. Kaya, though I want to turn on the light, but there's someone na, no, just close the light para ikaw din sa sarili mo mas komportable, di ba? Then I remember yung sinabi sa amin ng director namin na, di ba, sa ilaw, pwede mo namang buksan yung switch para magkailaw ka, magkaroon ng ilaw sa isang room. But ikaw sa sarili mo, ayaw mong turn on yung ilaw na yun. Gusto mo lang mabuhay sa dilim. Kaya you have your own decision. Pero hindi mo ginagamit yung decision na yun in the right place. Ganun yung sinabi niya sa akin at that time, sa amin, nung kapwa ko volunteer dun sa Vietnam. Kaya, oo nga no. So, stress na nga ako, depressed na nga ako. Then I have the option, I have the choice to share that kind of heart sa ibang tao. But there's something in my mind na, no, kapag sinabi mo yan, sasabihin nila, ganito, ganyan. So, may na agad, na parang na-visualize ko na yung mga sasabihin nila, alam ko na agad na, ganito yung magiging feedback nila. Kaya, okay, di na lang ako magsasalita. I will not share my heart na lang. Parang ganon. Kaya, I think the most important thing is that don't wait for others to okay, share mo yung puso mo, ganyan. But rather, we should be the one to start opening our hearts, because by switching on the light, then seed of lies like Ofra this morning, okay, just like turning on the light, di ba, pwedeng magkaroon ng liwanag sa buhay mo, then also like what the decision that you will make will be good. Yun lang. Thank you.
Okay, so we've heard a lot of things, no, sa mga members natin. Okay, so in our body, okay, as I've heard all your testimonials with regards to the question of our president. So now we will create the body. Okay, so in our body, first is let's try to analyze on what do we want to happen in our mind lecture. So, okay, our main topic is how can we give a strong heart to the people or to those patient who is having mental issues for them to have a strong heart. Kasi di ba? Kasi the very essence of our mind lecture is we want to divulge or we want to eradicate this idea that the problem is the people around them. But the main problem is not those people, but the heart of those who are suffering from mental issues. Because they do have a weak heart. Okay? So those are, of course, there's a different perspective. But out of this lecture, we want to help those who are already having this kind of mental issues. For them, of course, there's a lot of factors on how we're going to help them. Right? There's a lot of factors, like there's the support group, there's this organization, there's this kind of scientific help, but what we want to give them is this kind of mind education for them to have a strong heart. Okay? So let's get rid of the idea na, of course, there's a lot of factors that can help them. There's the support group, may mga organization, of course, there's a lot, okay? But in our mind lecture, we want to focus more on giving them a strong heart. Okay, why should we start giving answers to the people around them or yung mga external factor wherein we can resolve it from within their heart, diba? For example, para mas maintindihan natin yung sinasabi ko, for example, may lamok sa bahay natin, ang daming lamok sa bahay natin, pero yung pinaka main cause ng mga lamok is kasi may creek sa likod natin, tas maduming creek. Sa tingin nyo ba kahit gaano kayo mag-spray ng Baygon, ng Lysol, ng ano pa ba yung mga pampatanggal ng mosquito, mawawala yung lamok? Temporarily, yes. Diba? Magkatol kayo, yung katol nyo pa is pinalibutan nyo yung buong bahay nyo ng katol. Diba? Na-addict na kayo sa katol, hindi pa rin patay yung mga lamok. Nandiyan pa rin yung mga lamok. Why? Because that is not the main problem. The main problem, yung creek sa likod ng bahay nyo, madumi. Yung kaya nagkakaroon ng maraming mosquito. But if we're going to clean that kind of creek, yung maduming creek, di ba? Does it solve the problem? Mawawala ba yung mga mosquitoes? Yes. Likewise, us also, di ba? Instead of looking for the solution of others, no, mga external factors, why not we look for the solution first in us, in our heart? So if we're going to strengthen our heart, then we can overcome everything. Diba? We can overcome everything. Sabi nga sa first day natin, for example, may bully, binubully ka. That's not the problem. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, why not we educate bullies? Why not we create a law for the bully? Para hindi tayo mabully, di ba? Yun yung mga pinopropose natin. Mag-create tayo ng law para sa mga nambubully. Di ba? Meron ng batas na kapag sinabihan ka ng mataba, pwede na siya makasuhan. O kaya kayo dyan, yung mga medyo block tools, malalaki, pag sinabihan kayo ng FAT, may kaso yan. Republic Act yan. So pwede nyo silang kasuhan. Pero hindi tayo doon, di ba? Di ba? Yung iba, kunyari may mga bully, ang gusto natin mangyari is kasuhan siya, i-guidance counselor siya, sabihin natin yung mga magulo, kausapin, patawag, mga pag ganun, di ba? Pero, di ba, there is one possible or good solution that we can get rid of those kind of things. And that is by strengthening our heart. Mataba ka. Yes, mataba ako kasi maraming pagkain sa bahay namin. Kayo ba? Diba? May mga ganon. So of course, in a sarcastic way yon, pero I'm not saying na ganun kailangan. Or, kuya sinabihan ka na, payat ka. Kasi ganito yung katawan ko, kasi ganito, ganyan. Pero siguro pwede mo akong tulungan by bigyan mo ako ng mga pagkain. Di ba? Mag-share ka ng pagkain mo sa akin para at least mag-gain ako ng weight. So, may mga ganun. Di ba? So if we're going to see or if we're going to have this kind of strong heart na hindi tayo natitisod sa mga ganun sinasabi nila, do you think bully will exist? Can you question yourself? Okay, so sabihin natin, sige, magawa tayo ng batas about sa mga bully. Sa tingin nyo ba may eradicate yon? No, it will not. Diba? It will not. Because it's already existing in our society. The very reason why law exists, okay, since Paul's graduate ako, i-enlighten ko lang kayo. The very reason why law exists, it's because it's already happening. Okay? There is no law when there is no crime when there is no law committing that kind of crime. Okay, so likewise, this kind of bullying, it happens. That is their personality. That is what they are. So we cannot get rid of those kind of things. But what we can do for ourselves is to strengthen our heart. So this is what we want to give our listeners, to have this kind of strong heart, overcoming those kind of obstacles or challenges in their life, having this kind of pressure for them to create a diamond in their hearts. We've heard a while ago that we are already diamond, diba? But it is depend on us on how we're going to accept those kind of things. Likewise, the certain situation around us can be a great factor, great benefactor for us to be molded and to be a beautiful entity. Likewise, how does this beautiful ring, it's my wedding ring, how this beautiful ring happens? Paano siya naging beautiful ring? Kailangan mo siyang painitan, di ba? Kailangan mo siyang painitan ng painitan. It needs to undergo a really, di ba? Kailangan mainit na mainit. Then after that, what will happen? Ilalabas mo yung ring, ipapand mo siya. Kailangan mo siyang pukpukin ng pukpukin para ma-mold siya. Then after mo siyang pukpukin ng pukpukin, kailangan mo siya ulit initin. So after mo siyang initin, pukpukin mo siya ulit ng pukpukin. Then after that, you need to pakinisin. Di ba yung pagpakinis? Di ba yung mabilis na may ikot para kuminis siya? In order for you to have this beautiful ring. Okay? So likewise, in our life also, we need to have this kind of challenges in our life in order for us to what? To be a better version of who we are, to be mold. Yung mga gantong factors, yung mga gantong hardships, yung mga gantong problems, di ba? The things that you've shared a while ago, di ba? Yung ganyang mga experiences natin. That is a great factor for us to be molded to the better version of who we are. If we're going to read, di ba? Yung mga millionaires, mga billionaires of this world, what time do they wake up? 4, 5, di ba? Nag-iisip na sila. But these students, di ba? Yung mga nagko-complain, what time do they wake up? Bakit walang tulong yung gobyerno? Bakit ang hirap ko? Bakit, di ba? What time do they wake up? 8, 9, tapos pagising, di ba, anong gagawin? Buksan yung TV, or what do these people do first thing in the morning? They check their phones. May nag-like ba ng post ko? Di ba? Ganon. Ganon yung mga unang dumarating sa kanila. Guys, what I'm doing right now is just a tentative, it's like a sample mind lecture. Kasi sa mind lecture, kasi parang kinakausap mo lang yung mga participants and you're going to give them idea. Anyways, guys, if ever kulang yung oras, no, we can chat through chat box, or if you want, I can create a Zoom link kasi hanggang 5 lang talaga tong Zoom link natin. If any one of you wants to continue our discussion, I can open a Zoom link for us. I can use the grab Zoom link para pwede tayo mag-continue ng discussion. Ay, nag-promote. Sorry. Okay, we can create a Zoom link so that we can continue our discussion. Of course, with the consent of everyone. Anyways, ganito umiikot yung topic natin. Okay? So our assignment for today, okay, let's think of an idea or a story wherein we can inculcate this kind of things or yung objective natin na gusto nating mangyari sa mind lecture natin. So each and everyone should share, okay, their idea. It's either a story that you know of, it's either an experiences of yours, or it's either your insights or enlightenment. Okay? So pwede natin yung pagsama-samahin and then we can generate a good idea. Okay? There is no wrong or there is no parang not a great contributor. Okay? Everything contributes. Okay? Kahit gaano kaliit yung idea mo, it can contribute for us to have a better mind lecture. Okay? And then later on, we will discuss through chat box kung paano natin gagawin yung main body natin. Okay? Pati yung link na shinare ko sa Google. Sino pa ba dito yung hindi nakasama sa Facebook natin? Lahat nakasama na. Si Dane. Okay, Dane, kunin ko mamaya yung email mo. Ano lang, si secretary na lang. Karil, kunin mo na lang yung Facebook account ni Sir Dane. Tapos i-add natin siya sa Facebook. Okay? Sa GC pala natin. Okay? So,
Sir, na-add na po pala ako, sir.
Na-add na pala. Okay, so false alarm, Karil. Okay, then later, Karil, send mo sa akin yung minutes of the meeting or sa page na lang natin, sa GC na lang natin yung minutes of the meeting natin. Okay? Para at least everyone is aware kung ano yung mga napag-usapan natin for this meeting. Well, anyways, sige, let's continue with our discussion. Yun yung magiging assignment natin, everyone. And we're going to start to create our PPT. Oh my God, nagbalikan na yung buong sambayan ng people. Okay, i-continue na lang natin to guys sa GC natin or sa Zoom na gagawin ko, if ever. Okay, nandito.
Recording in progress.
Yes, thank you so much to all of our participants and welcome back to our main room. Okay, so I think you learned a lot of things during our mind education workshop. Do you? If yes, please give me a small heart sign. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And this ends our afternoon session. But before that, let me have some announcements first. Okay, so for all of our participants, if you are interested to attend in our Chinese class, please search in Facebook, the official Facebook page of Hello China. Once again, Hello China, type it in the Facebook and you could register there and attend our free Chinese class. And of course, to all of our students, participants who are here with us today, you know what is the most important thing is to learn the heart of God, to learn the basics in a spiritual life in order for us to survive in this kind of pandemic, in this kind of society. So we are offering a school, and that is the Good News Theology School. And this time, we are going to show you the promotional video of Good News Theology School up on the screen. Roll the clip.
Theology schools were established to prepare people to preach the clear gospel of Jesus Christ. They were designed to teach the truths of the Bible and to build an unwavering faith in God. However, as time has passed of man above the word of God, It's time to look past rigid and theory-centric theological curricula and return to a true study of the Bible that will instill faith in our hearts and strengthen our spirits. Good News Theology School offers practical, flexible, and affordable systematic study of the Word through insightful lectures, engaging student-led projects, and heart-to-heart fellowship with classmates and professors alike. Good News Theology School is where future servants of the gospel learn how to preach the light of Jesus Christ to those who are stuck in sin and despair. Register today and become a missionary of Christ, no matter where you are.
Yes, you know what? In this world, there are a lot of well-known leaders. They are giving this kind and that kind of advocacies. But you know what? In the history, who is the best leader is none other than Jesus Christ. So in order for you to learn the real leadership, the leadership of Jesus Christ, then I'm inviting everyone to please enroll in our Good News Theology School. And this time we'll be putting on the link of the official Facebook page of Good News Theology School, or the official link of our website of our Good News Theology School in the chat box below, and you can enroll for our fall semester. The enrollment for our fall semester is still ongoing. So if you are interested, you can also send message to the official Facebook page of IYF Philippines or the CLF Philippines. Once again, you can send us a message to our official Facebook page, the IYF Philippines or the CLF Philippines. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. So this ends our afternoon session. We'll be proceeding with our evening session at exactly 7 p.m. Please enjoy your dinner and see you later, 7 p.m. And please don't forget to enter in our Zoom platform 30 minutes before 7. Thank you so much, everyone. And right there in the chat box is the Good News Theology School link. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you later.
Recording stopped.